Here we are.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to North Toowoomba Bowling Club in the beautiful region of the Toowoomba Darling Downs. And Gary, what a morning we got here this morning, mate, with some great bowls. But how strong is this wind out there?
Well, mate, it's certainly the strongest wind we've had in the tournament so far. We've got clear blue skies, but the ladies out there are struggling to keep their hats on.
Mate, I've never seen so many people play a bowl and then grab their head.
Well, that's what they've done. And we were thinking, oh, gee, I don't like this bowl, but it wasn't that at all. They were just trying to keep their hats in place.
No, very strong win, ladies and gentlemen, here at North Toowoomba Bowling Club. And got a great match up here this morning, Gary, with and you'll give us the breakdown on who can make it and who can't make it.
Well, you can't be too specific, Brian, as you well know, but we are bringing you the game this morning that will, no doubt, well, in our opinion, decide Section 1 of the ladies. We have Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan from Mount Gravatt representing the Gateway District.
Yep.
And they're playing Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng from South Suburbans representing the Mackay District. Now, just to give you a bit of an update, and we'll do the other section as well, to give you a bit of an update on what the computations might be. The ladies from, where are we? The ladies from South Suburban, that's Sue and Rhonda, they won both their games yesterday and they have a margin of 21. Now, Debbie Logan and Glenys Reid, they lost their second game yesterday, but they still have one win with a margin of 5. Now, suffice to say that if the South Suburban Mackay girls win, they will win the section. And if they happen to lose to Glenys and Debbie, they would need to lose by at least 8.
Okay, so that's really, they've got to win by more than 8.
Well, Glenys and Debbie need to win the game by more than 8.
And they win the section and then play in the gold medal match. So
That's the way I read it. Now,
yep.
The other team in the section that have actually still won a game have got a minus margin, so it would be they would need to rely on the results of the game we're televising, but they themselves would have to at least win by 18 and hope that Mackay lost.
Fair enough, mate. Well, it looks as though they're just about to start here with the roll
Right.
with the roll of the kitty. There it goes. So it's now, if you understand this, ladies and gentlemen, you see the two greens there. The men are up on the top green where they're very exposed to the breeze. Now, the wind is right behind the women going this way. And I can tell you right now, you have a look at those flags in the top left-hand corner, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, strong breeze.
They're virtually standing out straight, aren't they? Well, fluttering, of course, but the breeze is coming quite strongly from the east. So, as Brian's alluded to, the girls have got the wind over their shoulders coming the way that you can see on your screen.
Yes, no, it's really is not what you call. We've had some wonderful bowls played here the last few days, Gary, and absolutely magnificent conditions, and the green running absolutely beautiful.
Well, there's a wonderful start too.
Wonderful start there by the South lead, which is Sue McCall.
Yeah, they've had their roll-up, so at least they've had some sort of exposure to what they're likely to have to face for the rest of the game. But I can only hope that for their benefit that the wind, and ours too for that matter, that the wind does drop. So you'll notice that the bowls will continue to roll on this end, and it'll surprise the players.
Well, that's not a bad bowl there, really, by Glenys Reid. I think Glenys is leading, isn't she? Or is Debbie?
Glenys is leading, and Debbie Logan is the skip.
Yes.
Just quickly, in the other section, folks, the ladies from Elliott Heads, that's Lorraine Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell, they won both their games yesterday and have a margin of 17. And today they're playing Julie Ezzie and Liz Parry, who won one game yesterday with they've still got a plus margin of 2. But Julie and Liz play Lorraine and Wendy, and they would need to win by 8 in order to topple Lorraine and Wendy.
So really, Gary, comes down to all the games this morning, mate, doesn't it?
That's the way that the sectional play in 4 in each section usually works, isn't it,
Yeah,
Brian?
no, that's for sure.
There's usually one who look to be certainly in the box seat. There's one who can challenge, and there's one who need to usually win by a truckload, and there's usually one team that have been, because of no wins, they're out of it.
No, that's for sure, mate. It's going to be a great day of bowling, that's for sure, and I can assure you that the conditions up on the top green are a lot worse than this one. It's a lot more exposed.
And they said that yesterday, didn't they? Even though the wind wasn't as strong, it's always because they're up on top.
Yeah. Nice bowl there by Rhonda too, though. So the Suburban girls started off, come out of the blocks firing, mate. They got three good shots there. 3 good shots there too. One just behind the kitty, as you can see, and 2 just in front. So making it very hard for this Gateway team to combat. They've just got to come around, maybe try and sit this back bowl, I think, Gary.
Yeah.
But this is not a bad track on this one here, my friend. How's it just starting to work now? Is she going to find the gap here? She might find the gap. An inside edge off this front bowl.
She's not going to.
Oh, gee whiz. But that is a pretty good shot.
Yes, well, as I've already mentioned, Sue and Rhonda from South Suburban, they had 2 good wins yesterday. One the first game by 6 and the second game by 15. So they got a margin of 21.
Very handy. Again, it's a pretty handy bowl here too by Rhonda. Nice little home there.
So,
see what Debbie can do with this one.
She just needs to maintain her grass and find a foot of weight, which.
She's not going to be far away with this one. Just going to slip around, or is she going to sit it and stay?
She's going to slide past.
Gee whiz, that's a great try there, babe. Yeah. Nice little correction there, just a little bit over. But that last bowl of Rhonda's, though, too, Gary, that one on the right-hand side with these girls playing the forehand, that may come into play yet.
Well,
it could come into play. Any movement of the kitty.
Any of the bowls behind have got a chance, haven't they, depending on
they certainly have,
what
mate.
happens. But and you had a bit of trouble getting there this morning, Brian, with traffic.
Yeah, mate, there was an accident on the just after, basically trying to get on from Browns Plains onto the motorway, and I sat there for about an hour and 5 minutes in the car park. It was one of the cars into the concrete barrier, and one decided to have a talk to him.
Oh, no.
There was no one injured, thank God. But what a traffic hold up, mate! I'm telling you.
You told us you only went about 1.5 kilometres in about 40 minutes or something.
It's a bit more than that, in actual fact.
You could have walked quicker than that.
Yeah, I would have been here a lot quicker. We see a good-looking bowl here, but it looks just coming around the back. That's gonna if it's gonna pull up. Is it gonna? It has stopped too.
Sue.
Yeah, that's a super bowl there, mate. She's
and Rhonda was applauding that. And,
Yeah, no, it's a very good bowl there, that's for sure.
Well, they're holding 3, so, you don't want to fatten the head up.
No, you don't. No, probably. I think maybe a decent bowl there, though, now, Gary. The next bowl would be to try and break up this combination of this 3 they've got just in behind the head there.
Yeah.
But then again, too, I think you'll find that they're probably better off getting shot, too.
Well, that's for sure. They're going to try and get as close as they can. Well, I don't think they can afford to start charging there at this stage.
No. Yeah. Debbie just giving Glenys
giving her
the jack eye.
Draw to my foot. She said, what, toe or the heel?
Tell you what, she's not going to be far away. It's going to be a hit and stay, is it?
No, she bounces up the...
just got the wrong side. But at least she's opened it up.
Well, she has.
She has opened it up there, Gary, so she's got the opportunity now to... she can see the kitty and got the opportunity now to sit that back bowl and flop in for shot. So... but in these conditions, it's even on the first end, even on the last end, mate, it's very, very tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be difficult to see. And Wendy sort of knew damn well that was going to drift away. Now, Debbie's just asking Glenys if she can get as close as she can, or else to cut the count down. I believe that they're still holding 3. But this is going underneath as well. Look
at the wind grab that.
Well, not only that, but look at the clothing that's flapping around there.
Look at the wind grab that. And the weight was absolutely perfect, Gary. Looks at that there. Well, her weight was absolutely sensational in that type of conditions.
Well, that's it. And, I mean, Debbie was having a look at that and watching the bowl come down, leaning forward. She nearly fell straight on the head.
Yes,
She lost her balance.
So a little pressure on Debbie Logan in the first end, and a wonderful start by by the two Mackay ladies. They've really found their way. But
They have.
the next stand's going to be interesting too, Gary.
Well,
because
they're back into it, aren't they?
They're actually I don't know how they're going to throw the ball hard enough to get the ball down there, mate.
They might have to have a run up start from the car park.
They've got the long spikes on, mate, I'm telling you.
Well, as far as my knowledge of Debbie is that she's a fairly aggressive player.
Well, we'll see what she does here.
I don't think you'll find that she's going to... Well, there will be times when she's going to be charging the head, but I'm not too sure this is the occasion.
But that there is a top skips bowl there by Rhonda. She's just break that 3 combination that the Gateway girls had there. So that's a very handy bowl.
Well, she doesn't need to pattern her head up, does she? I mean, the conditions at the moment is going to make it awfully difficult, even though they've got 3 shots.
Tell you what, Debbie's played this pretty well, though.
Mate, I don't know. I think you've gone the early crow, haven't you?
No, I don't think so. Oh, she just got too much of it, yeah. Bit unlucky there, but anyway. So
well, she had good weight for it, that's for sure.
She had a beautiful weight there. Just need a tad more grass. I thought she would have flicked that bowl in of Glenys's, but she just got too much of it. So we see another bowl here by Rhonda.
Well, Rhonda's got the right sort of grass, hasn't she?
She's got beautiful grass here. Yes, look what this thing come home. It's absolutely...
see, this will travel a bit further, but not enough.
Yeah, not enough.
But that's given Debbie something to scratch her head about, isn't it? Because
well, it is. It'll be right in her eye on the draw there, Gary, so...
You would think so. I don't know if she can... I think she's still 2 down, isn't she?
It looks that way. So.
I don't know whether she can afford to have a crack at this. No, she's not going to.
No, she's trying to draw. She's got a good grass line. Maybe a little bit too wide. But
well, see, this is the vagaries of the game, isn't it? We've seen a couple of bowls come down and they were...
Yep.
Now, they've indicated, was it 3?
Yeah, it looks like 3 there, Gary.
Yes, 3.
A wonderful start there for the ladies from Mackay. So, very well done, girls. And
I spent 12 months at Mackay Suburban, nearly more than 10 years ago now. I'm not too sure that I ever met these 2 ladies, but they were a very strong club up there.
No, that's for sure.
Very strong club in... I'm right, thanks. Very strong club in Mackay Suburban, and a lovely, lovely club it was, and some and wonderful people. Now, this kitty's nearly got blown out of bounds. It has. Well, see, they're coming up. They're coming back into the wind here. So if the kitty could quite easily get blown sideways as it sort of approaches. Well, this will be interesting. You can see the flag on the end of the green there on the right hand side there, up near the greenkeeper's shed. It's fluttering around.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, don't the girls look after us up here at North Toowoomba?
Oh, they're wonderful. Well,
they just pulled the scones out of the oven. I got first bite at them, mate.
Got a hot scone. Well, how come you got tomato when you scone?
Because it was nice.
Never had tomato on me scone.
Look, if you're in the Toowoomba regions, ladies and gentlemen, you want to see some great bowls and be looked after with the hospitality, I'd recommend you come down to North Toowoomba Bowls Club. As we see a lovely start there once again.
Well, that's a good start.
By Sue.
It's 2 feet short, I would think, but she's got the right line, so she's, trying to find her weight coming back into the wind. And now
Glenys playing her backhand.
Yep, out she goes.
You think the wind would bring this one in, Gary?
Yeah, you would. Whether it's going to bring it in far enough. But look, she's played fantastic weight too, hasn't she?
She has. That's a lovely bowl there.
I think that might be the shot.
So Sue just got to correct her weight. Just looking, as Gary said, probably only about 2 foot of weight, no more than that.
She's playing the same hand, which is very sensible, and she's just trying to find another 1.5 feet, 2 feet of weight now.
Even onto this front one.
Well, this might.
Oh, just missed it. No.
Well,
anyway, she's got a good backward there, mate. She definitely got the weight to get there.
The weight, but they're reaching and searching at the moment because this is only the second end, folks, and I can assure you that as time progresses, that these ladies will start to find exactly where they've got to go and how much they've got to... Oh, is this going to be enough?
Another just an absolutely beautiful line there by Glenys, and just pulled up a couple of feet short there. But as Gary said, it was a beautiful line. So the girls are already starting to find their grass line.
Well, you'd expect. I mean, as you well know, you can play bowls in all sorts of conditions, whether it's rainy or foggy or misty or whatever the case may be. But the worst condition to play in is when you've got wind.
Yes, no, that's ever so
because
true.
Because it's, the breeze, this is a game of precision, isn't it? Lawn bowls.
It
when
is.
You get outside and see, now look at this.
The wind's really starting to get hold of that bowl.
Well, the wind pushed that out. It was the same thing as when the kitty was delivered. It got shoved out that side.
But the gust was a bit breezy then. So anyway, Debbie's got plenty of room here to add to this count. I would say at this stage, Glenys has got one.
Yep.
But the conditions entirely different to what's been the last few days, Gary, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, this is the most windiest day we've had. But if the people watching, if you have a look at you look at your screen, and you draw a diagonal line from the Toowoomba region sign down the bottom of your screen,
yes,
up to the top left-hand side of your screen, that is the direction of where the wind's coming from.
You see a lovely correction here too by Rhonda too. It's not going to be too far. An inside edge off this. No. Yeah, I reckon that's the shot.
Yes, I believe that.
Just nice little inside edge. Played that with good weight though, mate.
She did. Sue McCall indicated that.
Yeah, so Sue's giving Rhonda the thumbs up.
And Debbie
now just got to try and beat her last bowl.
She's burst a bit. Oh no, she didn't see that. She changed her hand.
Just a little bit long, that's all. But she had the right idea. Any contact on Glenys's bowl there would have been very good for the very handy combination of the Gateway girls. So,
well, the Gateway girls, as you mentioned before, Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan, they were the ones who defeated our Gold Coast ladies, Jessie and Chloe Stewart from down at Tweed Head.
They certainly did, and what a wonderful achievement that is to beat those two fine players that are both in fine form at the moment.
Well, that's for sure and certain, but we should also remember that if Chloe, which she didn't, I've just told you, but if she had, got through that little gap.
A bit unlucky there, yeah.
If Chloe had won the pairs, which I've just said they didn't, she would have been the first, I think, lady bowler because she won the fours already.
Yep.
And she's back here on Wednesday for the singles. She would have been the first lady in the history of this tournament who made all three disciplines.
Yes, no, that's for sure, mate.
But she just missed out.
Yeah, lovely bowl there.
There's a great shot too.
Lovely bowl there by Glenys. Sorry, Debbie, I should say.
No, well, I think that's Glenys.
It is Glenys, I beg your pardon. It is.
Yeah, so now that...
Ian Andrews, how are you, Ian? G'day, Pamela. And Chrissy DeVere, good to have you. Greg Bostock, Fiona. G'day, Lynn. Mr. Wilkie, Lukey Day, how are you, my friend? We see there just not enough grass in that one.
But that's the tightest hand, isn't it?
It is. That would be the tight hand for sure.
Of the two of them, yeah.
So that bowl there by Glenys, she played that with beautiful weight. And as you can see, she's just going a little bit wide with this one.
Yeah, she's gone out a bit wider. But that, they're still searching for their line, aren't they?
They certainly are, my friend.
It's only the second end, so...
Yeah,
she's played with good weight there.
They've got 21 ends, as we all know. They've got
21 to go.
Get their eye in, mate, haven't they, guys?
Got a long way to go.
Certainly have.
I'll give you some, during the break-in play, I'll give you some information about the men's draw, which folks will be quite interested to know. And as we've already mentioned, they're up on the top green. So we don't have any direct access to that, but we will have a runner up and back bringing progress scores that we can tell you all about.
We see Rhonda playing with a bit of weight here down, Gary.
See, when you're playing with a bit of weight on that hand, it's going to hold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely going to hold there, mate. You're probably better off going straight at it, really.
Well, you don't have to take, on that hand, if you're going to play weight, you don't need to take much more than a foot and a half of grass, I wouldn't think.
No, you got that right.
We'll just wait and see what Deb elects to do here before we give you some news on the status of the men's competition, and that's pretty exciting too.
She's going to stick to her backhand by the looks of the way she's set up on the rink there, Gary. So again, she doesn't want to trail the kitty though, because if she trails the kitty, she could go down here. Tell you what, she's going to be close too. I think she got the kitty.
She just kicked it side. Oh, she wouldn't be happy with that.
It's 2 down. Yeah, anyway, people play with what they're comfortable with, Gary.
Oh, that's right.
I could see some danger in that hand.
I could too. I mean, but anyway, look,
that's bowls and it's only early, so
it's early doors.
That's for sure, my friend. That's early doors. And Beverly says she's watching, so I hope you're enjoying the telecast, Beverly. And for all you fine people out there, if you're enjoying the telecast and want your friends to see it, can you please hit that share button as many times as you can? And we'll get this great game of ours out to quite a few people. So now Debbie's going to have to rectify.
Well, she's 2 down at the moment, so she's going to play some sort of cracking shot here to try and save it. But
I think she'd be better off sticking to the same hand that she just played, but she played it just a little bit too well.
She's come up, with decided. Oh, she gets something off that. She's
what a great bowl!
That's a
great bowl.
Shot. A terrific selection. Well, it's
one shot. That is a very, very, very good shot, mate. Was it 1 or 2 there?
No, 1, I believe, to the Gateway girls. So that makes it 3-1. Now, guys, just if I can just take your time for a moment, I'll give you an update on what's happening in the men's draw. 2 games yesterday were played in the section, with the third one this morning, of course. And in Section 1, the 2 boys from Hamilton, John Newell and Jason Moore, won both games with a margin of 18. And this morning they play Warren Clyden and Kerry Ollett, who at this stage are winless. Now, on the other part of the draw, we've got John Fisher and Dave Williams from Nanango. Would need to win by plenty and hope that Hamilton lose. And the same applies to Jason Walford and Mitch Stiles from Marlin Coast. Would need to win by more than plenty and hope Hamilton lose. So I guess out of all the sections of men and women, that one would be fairly, not totally clear-cut, but you'd certainly, if you're a betting person, you'd want to beyond John Newell and Jason Moore.
Well, you would be, but in this great game of ours, mate, anything can happen, Gary, isn't it?
That's right. And it's not only just anything can happen. They've got to be able to adapt to conditions, of course.
Yes, ever so true.
You get a couple of champion players, and all of a sudden they get a bit of wind, and they get blown away.
Yeah, no, that's ever so true, mate. But we've got some, as we said, we've got Debbie Roll the Kitty. She's played. She's got 2 shots there. So at the moment, of course, and
that's
Sue about to play her next bowl. So
Glenys, isn't it? Who's holding 2? I think.
Glenys holding 2. That's correct. Yeah, she
Glenys
rolled the kitty. It's at just on the edge of the ditch.
Yeah. Sue McCall.
So we're going to give you a bit of a rundown when we can see the other scores too. There's a couple of boards haven't even put their scores up yet. So once they put their scores up, we will do.
See, you're probably going to see a bit of that because once again they've got the wind coming straight over their shoulder there, and then Sue's tossed hers into the creek.
Yeah. Now, if you're just watching the score of the game we're doing, Robbie's just about to change them from side to side. So if you're having a look at now, Robbie will be changing it very shortly, just so you know for future reference for when you look at the scores. So as we can see, there's Debbie. It's gone to the head, and the team from Gateway holding 2 shots, but plenty of room to draw a shot there, Gary.
Oh, yeah, mate, you
could play at either hand.
Yes,
I think they're sticking to that, basically what you classify as the narrower hand of the 2,
I think that's probably the wisest thing to do, but then you got to feel comfortable with it yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
So in Debbie's...
There's a couple of scores going up now, Gary, so we can have a bit of a
look.
We can give the girls and the boys a bit of a rundown on the scores now.
Robbie's got the binoculars out.
He has. I've got a funny feeling that one of the boards may have just blown over.
Oh, well, the score over there was 12-0.
Yeah, but I think you find the one. I think the one just blew over.
I would certainly hope so.
Because I was looking before it was 2-0. Now it's 12-0.
It dropped 2 6s. That can't be right.
That can't be right. So we see Debbie now just playing bowl. She's actually playing forehand.
Well,
here,
she's
mate.
changed her hand, and she's experimenting, I'm sure, because she's holding 2 shots. So at time, and there's a lovely shot
Lovely
there.
bowl there by Debbie Logan, that's for sure.
And that's going to be in the conditions we have at the moment. That's going to be awfully hard to beat.
Well, absolutely. You have to play the perfect bowl, really, Gary, to delodge that one, wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, Rhonda's not going to be far away with this one. She's played this with great weight. Oh, she's just going to cut underneath it. What a wonderful try, though.
Unfortunately, she didn't get the other bowl either. She's
probably
still a couple down, I think.
Yeah, she's probably 2 down now, Gary, where I think before she could have been, I'd say 3 down.
Possibly have been 3, yeah.
So she's actually done, she's done a little bit of a conversion job there, so she's got another 2 bowls to come, and of course, Sue, of course, got her 2 bowls, so anything can happen here, so... So keep sharing it out there, ladies and gentlemen, and get this great game of ours out to as many people as we can. So as Glenys looks as though she's going to stick to her backhand.
Yeah, she's playing at what we consider to be the tightest end.
It could be a bit wide with this one, mate. Well, I think she might be trying to go around the back.
The breeze is coming from there, so if you're going to go out wide here, you're going to keep getting blown further out.
Yeah, she's got pairs backward though, so that's not a bad bowl there, really. So anything aggressive could favour the Gravatt combination.
Yeah. Now the breeze will start to take effect about now.
Yep.
To bring it back towards the head. But it certainly come back a lot further than the other hand, isn't it?
No, that's for sure, mate. Yeah, that's for sure. Probably just needed a bit more weight with that one too, though, to get the result. No, it was a bit wide, though, Gary Box. So anyway.
Now, this to me looks to be probably even still too wide.
Yeah, I think so. Because
the wind's going to grab that and push it further out.
Going to sit just in here. Another pretty handy bowl there, though, mate.
Yeah, you got to feel sorry for them. They're trying to. They know they're on the TV rink, and we told them that we're very diplomatic in the way we appraise each bowl they deliver. But
now this isn't a bad line here by Sue, that's for sure.
Well, she's too quick again.
Yeah, just coming around the back there.
Okay, well, it appears as though the Gateway girls are holding 2 shots here. I'll just give you the update on the other section of the men's draw, which is, as you know, is up on the top green. Yesterday, Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie from Helensvale, Gold Coast District, won both their games, and the second game was extremely exciting. They only won by 1, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
After being down 0-10 at the early stage of the game. Now, the situation is that if they win today, or this morning's game, they will win the section. Now, the other opportunities are John Martin and Craig Hall from Gracemere would need to win by 19 and hope that Helensvale lose. But the other interesting scenario is that Chris Forbes and Jai Singh, local boys from Toowoomba, are still in with a chance, and they were the ones that Helensvale lads beat in the second game yesterday. But they would need to win today by 8 and hope that Helensvale lose. So the sections, whichever way you look, they're pretty much open, aren't they? And there's a few computations that we'll keep our eye on.
I can give you a couple of update scores here anyway.
Here we go. Yep, this is what they want.
It's I'm just trying to find. They've got the names there instead of the districts, so I just got to see who's who.
In the meantime, we've got June Harper from Murrelbach in Victoria. Very good morning to you, June. It's quite sunny up here, but as you can see, the wind is creating a bit of a nuisance. Now, here's another lovely bowl coming in, Brian, and that's...
Beautiful bowl there.
That's Debbie again,
Debbie Logan, so she'll be holding 3 shots there, and 3 very good shots there too, Gary.
Yeah, they've got 3 shots, and now Rhonda from Mackay...
This isn't a bad line. Just
once again, I'm feeling the wind she's going to get blown away.
Mate, the wind grabbed that.
Christine White says it's a lovely windy day yet again. Well, this is the windiest day that we've had, Christine. The first, Saturday, Sunday, Monday was blowy, but nothing too serious.
Nothing like this, that's for sure.
Annette Evans says good morning from Cairns. Good morning, Annette. And Tom Allen saying good morning from the big smoke of Toowoomba.
Toowoomba, lovely little spot.
Fiona Hall's watching, as usual. Morning, Feasel.
Yep.
Not seeing, Christine White says she's not seeing any comments. What does that mean, Robbie?
Well, you might have to flick your screen over from the left-hand side, Christine, from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. We're seeing the comments here, that's for sure. So you just got to flick it across. Sometimes it drops out on you and on your iPad or your phone or whatever you're watching it. Okay. And that should put the comments across for you. So they're having a bit of a look at the length of this, but the Skip's pretty happy with it. Looks as though Rhonda's given it the stamp of approval.
Okay. Did the Gateway girls pick up, 4 then?
No, they picked up 3, mate.
3, okay.
3.
Oh, that's right, because you got 2 to 1 before.
Okay,
so they're leading 5-3, but there's a long way to go.
Picked up 3.
And just to remind you, people, that Glenys and Debbie would need to win this match.
Yep.
By more than, what did I say, 8.
Yes.
If they win this game by more than 8, or let's say, we'll call it 9, will we?
Yeah.
If they won by 9, that would give them a margin of 14, and it would mean that, where are we? It would mean Sue and Rhonda would only have a margin of 12.
Mm.
So we're looking at around the 8 or 9 margin.
Yeah, so we're just seeing a couple of really good lead bowls there, so we can just another good-looking bowl here by Glenys, I tell you. She's just going to sneak around that front one. They just touched her front one, so not a bad head. They're starting to hone in on it now, aren't they?
Well, you expect they would, Ryan, as you well know. The bowlers of this quality, they don't take too long usually, do they?
No, that's for sure.
Give them a few ends out there to open up their shoulders and sort of feel what the bowls are doing, because you've got to believe what the bowl's doing, haven't you?
No, that's for sure. So you see Sue there, a grass line spot on, just a little bit too much weight there. So we're just trying to get some scores for you, ladies and gentlemen, on the other rinks. It's pretty hard to see who's who at this stage, so we're just trying to sort all that out. We'll have it to you in a couple of minutes. Just give us a few minutes and we'll give you a quick rundown on progress. It's only early because we've only played 2 ends, but we like to keep everybody informed. As you can see, the score's already on the TV rink.
Well, they fixed that board over there where we thought it was 12-0.
It's back to 2. It's back to 2, mate. Yeah, Robbie just got the binoculars out trying to see who's who.
I mean, you guys are out there, and you all play bowls, we know that. It's not very often the numbers on the scoreboard start getting blown over. So that can indicate.
What a beautiful bowl here by Debbie Logan. Touch it too. She just trailed the kitty there a couple of inches. So, nice bowl there by Debbie.
Susan Jardine says, go Elliot Heads. Well, they played extremely well, your girls, yesterday, Susan, and you were probably watching when Lorraine Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell, we streamed their first game yesterday, and they had a lovely win there, and then they had a even better win in the second game. So they're going extremely well, and they are currently leading that section.
So we see another bowl coming down by Debbie, just a little bit wider than the first one.
Yeah, but she's got great weight again, hasn't she? Look
very
at that.
Good weight there,
See,
Gary.
this is how difficult it is. It's very difficult to play, 2 bowls the same, because the wind is just dropping. And
we've got a good line here by Rhonda. Just going to be depending upon her weight, but this is the perfect line. I'll tell you what, her weight's not too bad
she's
neither.
She's got a bomb here.
She's played a great bowl there.
It just takes one of the players to get it all right, doesn't it?
Beautiful.
It makes it so difficult for everyone else.
Beautiful bowl there by Rhonda Meng, that's for sure.
And
of course, from the Mackay district, the Suburban Club.
Right, Suburban Club.
Up in Suburban just recently, and yes, as you were saying before, Gary, you're a former member from up there.
Yep, a few years ago now, mate. I didn't get a chance to play much bowls up there. Only 3 or 4 pennant games I played for them, but it was because of where I was working, running a hotel actually at the time.
There you go. No, it's a lovely part of the world up around the Mackay region, of course, up around the Whitsundays.
Yeah.
Anyway, we see.
I enjoyed it, I can assure you, but I can also tell you that in all of my working life, the hardest 12 months I ever put in.
Is that right, mate?
Holy smoke, you run a pub for 12 months, you know you're alive.
Oh, that's for sure.
Especially up there where the temperature's about 104 every day.
Yeah, see, Glenys just running through the head there slightly, but the grass line was pretty good. Anyway, I'll tell you what, Sue's got a good line here, though, Gary. She's coming down. She sits there, shot bowl.
She's just going to dive under, but
just going to
pull
up.
That's how difficult it is. And we've all played in windy conditions, and you know how hard it is. So I mean, you keep on harping on about it.
No, that's for sure. Just get it out your head and just play the game, mate.
Sure you can do, mate. So Glenys has got a pretty handy shot here, but once again she's running through. But that's not going to hurt.
No, just had to narrow a grass line down there a little bit, Gary, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
But anyway, you see, Sue here got the opportunity now to add to this count. And again, it's not a... Oh, no.
Perhaps not quite out there enough.
Not out there, just probably weight's just really not there.
See, and the quality of these girls, and not just on this game, but everywhere else, you wouldn't expect that regularly they would be playing through the head and skinny and leaving that one out there wide. They don't. That's not their game, is it? That's not the way.
No, they normally play beautiful draw bowls, and
that's how hard it is.
And as we've said all the way through, these combinations started off their events probably 7 or 8 months ago.
That's right.
And a couple of teams still here, still undefeated. So not a bad effort being undefeated.
Exactly right. Well,
for that amount of time, that's for sure.
Well, the ones that have gone through and won all those games in their club.
Debbie's not going to be far away.
She might get a jump off something here. No.
Not quite, but I'll tell you what, that bowl there's come to a pretty good home.
They all have, but you've got to get the kitty back there,
well,
haven't you?
That's
the hardest part.
Well, that splits those 2 bowls, though, Gary, which were against her. So she's got the opportunity now to trail the kitty.
Now, this is Rhonda. She's the one who's holding shot, and I'll tell you what, if she slows, she's not going to.
Just a bit runny there. Grass line not too bad, though.
Yeah, so you're looking at that, as what you mentioned before, Lorraine Hofstetter, Wendy Campbell, they've won their 2 games yesterday, so they've reached this particular stage of the contest, and they haven't lost a game for 8 months.
Not a bad effort, is it?
And in Section 2, the same can be said of the 2 ladies we're looking at here, Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng from Mackay. They've won, ostensibly every game they've played for 8 months.
Yeah.
And the men, we've got the 2 fellas from Hamilton, John Newell and Jason Moore, and of course Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie. So undefeated so far.
Tell you, is this going to come back?
Oh, I think she's going to come back enough, isn't she?
Oh,
the bended knee gives you the indication that what? When you're standing behind the head and you bend your knees, what does that mean?
Means that
you're short.
Yeah.
You're short.
Must be close though.
Well, she might not be short enough.
You're going to put a measure on it. No, 2 shots.
2. They've declared it. Okay,
so
the scores are now level.
Yep. Which you'd expect to see at this level, wouldn't you?
Well, they're both quality teams, aren't they? So.
They certainly are. Well, a bit of an update here on the scores from what I can see from here anyway. So we've got the combination from Bribie Island, 2-0 on 2 ends.
Bribie, that's Yolanda Ackroyd now to stud.
That's correct. They're playing Barbara McDonald and Margaret Meadham.
Yeah, that's
from Toowoomba, which is the coal mine district. So great to see some of the districts here, Gary. They come from all over Queensland.
They're all over the state, mate.
Absolutely fantastic, mate. So we have Julie Easy and Liz Perry from the Salisbury Club from the Cunningham district, and they're playing the girls of Laurel Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell from Elliot Heads up around Bundaberg. So, and at the moment we have looks as though Wendy Campbell's in front there by the looks of it, 3-1 after 2 ends. And on the other score there, it looks they haven't got that far yet. Well, it looks as though it's 7-0 over there, Gary, on 4 ends. I just can't see the other board. But anyway, Robbie's just doing a quick check on that one for us, and that's the...
yeah, I can see the 7.
Yeah, but anyway, we see
the other
there...
scores behind the post of the shades. We can't see.
So we see Glenys just running through the head there slightly, and Sue just pulling up a little bit short with her first bowl. So... Again, just the art of correction, this great game of ours. So all she's got to do is just come around that front one of hers or under it, and she'll be pretty close.
It's easier said than done, though, isn't it?
Sometimes it is, mate. But
Well,
no,
so
she's under it.
at least you're going to miss that bowl. So that's
Yeah,
a good shot.
that's a lovely correction there.
That's a good shot, mate.
Under these conditions, Gary. That's
correcting her weight. You can see how the ladies' shirts and their shorts are flapping around in the breeze.
absolutely blowing a
Well,
gale
they're
at
not
the
flapping
moment.
around. They're absolutely. They're sort of jumping all over the place, aren't
They certainly are, my friend. So we see Glenys. I think she could be just a little bit longer. No, starting to work now.
Well,
not going to be too far away.
That's a good shot there, and that
Very
could well
good.
be shot.
Yes,
it is.
Debbie's just given the indication. Yes,
Logs has just mentioned that is shot.
That is shot.
And that's the deception, viewing deception that we all have to face. Now, you look at that and you'd say, well, that's a dead set measure. You could favour either one, but quite clearly the back bowl is shot.
No, it's definitely. We got g'day Peter, g'day Brett, Bozzy. How are you, mate? Fiona, Luke, Karen. Should be a crack of a game, and Chris to be. How are you, Chris? Good to see you yesterday, my friend. And Fiona Hall, of course. We've got pretty good head here.
Rhonda's she's trying to combat that.
Tell you what,
See that
didn't that bowl hold?
well, they're going to, because we've already talked about what's going to happen on that hand. But
yeah,
you've just got to pick it right, haven't you?
No, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Now, Debbie's elected to play her forehand, which I would have thought might be the right way to go. She only got to miss that one coming in, and with the right weight and that, she could actually get back to Glenys's back bowl, but she's not going to. She's gone out a bit too far.
Just stayed there, didn't it? Yes.
But see, I mean, you have a look at that flag on the left-hand side. That is not as blustery.
It's just stopped
as it was. And when Debbie Logan was up this end, her skirt was flapping around.
Yeah.
Now you have a look at Glenys; it's not moving.
Yeah,
not just a little flutter there.
Just a little bit inconsistent at the moment.
So you come in
very
and you
hard.
think, I've got to toss me bowl out a bit, and then all of a sudden there's no breeze.
Yeah, ever so true. So Debbie now concentrating on this one. Looks like she's going to stick to a forehand again, I assume, by the way she's set up here. So she's just got to come around this front one, really, Gary, doesn't she?
Pretty much, yeah.
And
she's played a tighter line.
Yeah, she has. She's just around it too, by the looks of it too. Well, she's not going to be far away.
Depending on her weight, she should curl back in.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bowl there by Debbie Logan.
That's a decent curl back, isn't it?
Now, just looking at the score there, which was the score we haven't given you, which is from the Kadanga-Fraser Coast combination, playing the Silkwood Tropical Far North Queensland combination. By the looks of it, it looks to be 7-0 in favour of 7-1, I beg your pardon.
7-1, Robbie said, yeah.
Which is Ruth Perry and Carol Broadbent playing Jean Messner and Denise Charmond. So at the moment it's 7-1 to the Kadanga combination over the Tropical Far North team. But only early days, so there's only a few ends being played, so we've got a long way to go here. So, but we'll try and give you updates all the way through the morning. So for the teams that spectators who want to know how their district's going. And I will say this, Gary, it's been an absolute wonderful days of bowls that we've had up here so far. This is the fourth day of the 6 days we're up here. And I must also, too, just congratulate Bowls Queensland on their initiative of live streaming this great event out there. And we see next bowl coming down here by Glenys Reid.
Yeah, so it's difficult for him, isn't
it? Again, she's got a good line, though, Gary. Yeah. She's got a very good line.
But once we've got this game this morning, folks, and then this afternoon, as you'd be aware, we'll be having the final playoff once we sort out who's won what. Final of the men's gold and silver and the ladies' gold and silver, and of course there's a playoff for a bronze medal as well.
Yes, no, it's going to be some great bowls played before the day's out, Gary, that's for sure. And then, of course, tomorrow we conclude with the last event on the calendar for the Champions, which is the singles. And
that's it.
And that should be another enthralling 2 days of bowls, mate.
Well, so, you're gonna back that in, man. You weren't here yesterday, and I'll tell you something that I'm not sure if you know.
Well, there goes another hat.
Yep, the hat and the bowl's gone with it.
See,
this is going to be.
Glenys just stuck there, just stayed there. No, I was down at a meeting yesterday. I had to go back down to the Gold Coast. So,
well, let me tell you something that's going to excite you enormously. The games organisers here,
Yep.
as you probably know, all of the singles matches, the sectional singles matches, will be played on the Wednesday.
Yep.
They'll all be played on the Wednesday.
Yep.
Because the singles game doesn't last as long as pairs and fours and what have you.
Mm.
So they have the opportunity to play all the singles games on the one day. So the section will be decided by Wednesday night. But here is the very exciting news.
Yes.
The games organisers have agreed that they will delay, instead of having the men's and women's singles finals played concurrently,
Yep.
they're going to have the ladies' first game.
Yep.
And when that's completed, they're going to then have the men's singles.
That's fantastic.
Which means
we can
stream them both. How good's that?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that innovation has occurred in the past, but we congratulate the match committee and the games organisers.
Well, the match committee
on their foresight.
Bowls Queensland, mate, they really do a fantastic job. As we see a lovely bowl here by Rhonda.
Yes,
look at this. Oh, look,
she's pretty damn good, isn't it?
That's a colossal bowl.
Now, if we reckon that the back bowl, blue and white bowl, is shot, then that's still got to be shot.
Well,
because I don't know that.
Yes,
I don't know that Rhonda's beaten that front blue one, has she?
Pretty hard to say from here. It's just the camera angle. So, Scott, you're dead right, mate. It's blowing an absolute gale. I can tell you that.
Blow the milk out of your tea, wouldn't it?
It would do, mate. That's for sure.
Now, here's a good-looking bowl coming in. If you're just going to get under that.
She's just under it, too.
Yes, what's she done, Debbie? You up or not?
Oh, what a beautiful line, mate. How unlucky is that? I think the girls wouldn't be surprised if they put a measure. I think you'll even see the camera starting to flap around there.
They're indicating that blue and white bowl behind it, Jack, is the shot.
Well, they're going to measure it.
But Sue's not having any. She's not being conned, mate. I'm down on my knees here, and I'm going to just make sure of it.
Christopher James, how are you, mate? I'm glad you're watching the live stream.
Fell over.
Yes. No, that's for sure. So
so it's 1-2 the Gateway girls.
So, yes.
Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan, so they take a narrow one-shot lead. And Fiona Hall says she's watching here, but she said it 9 times.
G'day, Fiona.
Her button. I think her button must have stuck.
Nah. All good. So
Robbie's trying to explain how that could happen, but I can't hear him.
Yeah, wouldn't worry about it.
Problem with Facebook, Gary. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Not worried about it.
All those ones
come up.
So we see this should really test them out because they're throwing quite a short length here, though, Gary, which is...
well, they probably decided this is their second try to find it.
Yeah, it's going to be, I tell you what, Glenys has got a beautiful line on this one here.
Yeah, she looks to be pretty handy, doesn't she?
Lovely start. No wonder she threw a short end.
I'm not copping these long ends anymore. You can jam them. We'll try and see if we can play carpet bowl length.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good length there, mate. And a beautiful first up bowl too. But
Glenys, and Sue's got something to offer.
Yeah, well, she's got a pretty good line.
I think she's knocked the head off this. It's like a stubby shot, isn't it?
No, just lack of grass there, my friend. Weight really wasn't that bad. Probably just a little bit short.
She's nearly gone out of bounds, I think.
Yeah, that wind's really starting to bluster now, my friend.
I think if Rhonda has a decent look at that, she might be picking that up.
No, I think...
I know the rinks are maximum width, aren't they?
They are maximum,
so
Gary,
it might be the next... Oh, no, surely it couldn't be that wide.
Yeah, what is it?
Yep. Another good shot there from Glenys. She's taken perfect grass again and just given herself a little bit of insurance behind the head, probably a metre behind, I would think.
Okay, Sue's changed her hand here.
Yeah, she switched her over.
It's not just going to hold. Just starting to work now, Gary. So, but yeah,
so you would say maybe
second shot there, mate.
It could be. I mean,
maybe
second shot. That's that deceptive look. Angle,
yes, that's for sure. And we've got Liz and Don Ferguson. Hope you're enjoying the game. This is go girls. Yes. Well, there's some going to be some great games here this morning and concluding this afternoon to see who our champion state winners are going to be. So Gary's already given you the rundown on all of the sections, so we won't go through that again. So
the computations can be well and truly thrown out the window,
yes,
depending on some other results.
That's ever so true.
You can't be too confident, can you?
Tell you what, how's Debbie's weight? She's got a beautiful line.
A picture on this thing as well behind that.
Yes, not a bad bowl there, that's for sure. There'll be a lot outside that one, Gary.
Yeah, probably all of mine, I would think.
That's for sure. So we're just going to. Rhonda's playing with a bit of weight here by the looks of things. So starting to work nicely now too. I just didn't come back far enough, but not a bad idea though, Gary, in these type of conditions. So there's the board there. We can
if you can see
got
that
a pole just in the road. That's all. But that says
the score's 0-0 on 4 heads.
No, it's actually 5-0
Oh, is it?
To the Bribie Island combination, who are representing the Moreton Bay district, of course, our newest district.
Debbie Logan here, if you're viewing.
So on the next board there, as you can see, Liz Perry and Julie Easy are 2, playing the combination of Wendy Campbell and Lorraine Hofstetter from the Elliott Heads up in the Bundaberg region. And of course, that last two are and of course over there 7-1. It's between Kadanga, Fraser Coast, playing Silkwood, which is tropical far north Queensland. And you see the score there, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for doing that, Robbie. It gets our viewers out there seeing it firsthand. So that's great. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that pole there, though, mate, unfortunately. Well done, Robbie. Well done.
We were going to cut it down with an angle grinder yesterday.
Just a little segment out of it, you reckon, Robbie?
I just said to Robbie, I said, have you got an angle grinder amongst all this stuff? He said, yeah, hang on, I'll get it.
I think if that happened, though, Gary, I think the shade clock would end up in Dolby the way that wind's blowing, mate.
Yeah, and if you hang on to the leg, you'd go with it.
That's for sure. So anyway, we see Glenys Reid now just getting ready. Looks as though she's going to play a forehand too, though, Gary.
That's what she's done.
Yeah, well, she's got a good grass line on it too. I think the wind's just picked up.
It's gone.
Yeah, is it going to come back at all?
No, it's not. She's jack level, but she's...
Yeah, jack level, yes, that's ever so true.
But having said that, it appears that, the Gateway girls are holding at least 2.
Mm.
So, Sue McCall, she'd be looking to try and get something out. She's got a little bit of pudding on this, I think, which is not so bad. She got the right weight. She's going to work in there.
She's played this very well.
What
a great
That's
bowl.
A lovely shot.
That's a beautiful bowl there by Sue.
How hard is it to play that?
Mate, they're very, very hard. So you got to give her.
She didn't take a lot of grass, and so she certainly wasn't drawing.
No, that's for sure.
But she just ploughing back up there into that breeze.
And what it really does there, though, Gary, it makes the Gateway combination really play the perfect bowl.
Well, see, they've taken a leap out of the book here, and Glenys was attempting the exact same shot, but she just clipped on the front one.
Yeah, no, she did do too much. She's very unlucky there, very, very unlucky. So, as we can see the.
And we've got Beverly Spackman back with us, and good morning, Beverly, and she's watching again from the Earlhaven Retirement Village at Nerang. And thank you, because Beverly was with us yesterday, I feel certain, or the day before.
Yes, I do remember her being on here when I was here, so that's great. Thank you very much, Beverly.
My dad used to live at Earlhaven.
Is that right?
Camellia Grove was his little street name.
Ah, yes.
Fortunately, he passed away a bit more than 3 years ago, but it was a lovely little village out there.
No, that's for sure. So we see Debbie about to play the first of her second bowls, so... it could be it depends on her weight.
We'll see that the lady.
Tell you what,
they've shown one another what they've got to do on that hand. Oh, that's a lovely shot.
That is a sensational bowl. In these conditions, Gary, that's the perfect bowl, my friend.
Well, it is, but that's not the shot. The shot is the one of I believe Glenys's, which is behind. Yeah, you can see it from there. Mm. The blue striped bowl there, that's the...
See, Rhonda just needed a bit more weight. Yeah. She had a good line for what she was after there.
No, she didn't. She had the other way round. She had good weight and not the line.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was close. I was close. So anyway, we see Debbie now about to play her forehand once again.
She's got to repeat that same bowl if it's possible.
Played it very well last time, mate. She's got a good line again here, my friend.
She's not that far away. She just needs to have another crack and bit of weight, because if she gets past that onto her own bowl, it's
going to make it very hard for Rhonda there to get in there now.
Sure
Probably have to
has.
change her hand, I assume,
Yeah.
by the looks of that.
I wouldn't mind betting that Glenys and Debbie might have two here.
Looks that way, Gary, from here anyway. But
Well, it certainly got the one we had from the side angle, wasn't it?
yeah. Anyway, Rhonda's confident she could probably draw this, but I think the wind's got hold of that already. So, very hard shot she was trying to play there, Gary. But see,
Well, it is, because that's that horrible.
yeah. See, I can see the problem that she had though, because she had nothing in behind the head really there.
No, she didn't. Well,
where she could attack it. And that's why she had to play that backhand.
Well, it makes you think she might have had a real decent crack on the forehand.
And yeah, maybe try to kill it.
Well,
But anyway, the
yeah,
girls.
Well, that's okay. So how many did they get there? Two, was it?
Yep, looked like two, mate.
Two
Yeah,
shots,
8-5, yes.
Matty Bell's watching. Good morning to you, Matty, my friend.
Morning, Matt. How are you?
The champion, Matty. He went down. He went down and watched the bloody Hardy Ferrado. What do they call it? Down at
The Indy. No, he went down to Bathurst.
Bathurst. That's it.
He went
Yeah.
down to Bathurst. Yeah, it looks as though he had.
He was down there. He sent a few pictures up, and then we camped around the campfire down there. I thought to myself, have a look at this.
Certainly did.
Doesn't
Look,
get any better, Matty.
that's for sure. As we see, Glenys just playing her first bowl. She's playing the backhand here, coming
Yeah, she's got
away
the
from
wind.
this.
Well, see, this is about the line, because it's going to hold up. You see what I mean? Well, that breeze holding it up a bit.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad starter
it's
there
all
at
right.
all.
She's a metre short.
Good morning, Rod Madden. How are you? Great to have you on board, Rod. Rod, one of my old friends. Known him for a great number of years, and now he's come from the Grafton region. Loves his bowls.
Well, you wouldn't be here if you didn't.
That's for sure. As we see Sue's first bowl here, playing a forehand. Looks like she's just going to run through the head.
Yeah.
Just slightly.
She's about 6 feet behind, I think.
Very usable bowl, though. Very usable bowl.
Oh, she's up. She's
She
up.
can correct with her next one. So we
Just,
see Glenys just going to stick to the backhand by the looks of it. All she's got to do is come around that front one of hers, or even under it, Gary, if you get the result.
Well, if she's got the right weight under it, she's not going to drift too far away from the jack, is she? But she's played this all right.
Played it very well, mate. Beautiful correction here.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic correction, because that's just what she needed to do.
That's a
She
beautiful
falls
bowl.
over, she's going to get a toucher.
No, that's for sure.
She's not, because the wind's going to hold her upright. Just repeating, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's important we do continue to let you know that Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan, in order to win the section, need to win this game, and they need to win it by 8 or more.
Yeah, so
If they win, just winning is not good enough. They need to win
by 8.
by at least 8.
Christopher James saying that he played in New South Wales and really enjoyed the bowl. So that's really good, Christopher. Yeah, Rod, got plenty to do, mate. We're up in Townsville on Saturday and Sunday, bringing you 3 test matches up there, North versus South, which we're really looking forward to. So anyway, we see the head set up here, and as Gary said, this combination of Debbie Logan and Glenys Reid must win this game by 8 or more,
yeah.
to win the section. So
I think if they won by 8, both teams would have a margin of 13, I think.
Makes it very interesting. So I'm sure the girls would have done their sums prior to them going out there. So see a nice looking bowl here by Debbie. It's tracking in very nicely. Just want to move it too far. It's a beautiful bowl. That's really locked it in.
Let's have a look at that.
That's
8 and
looking
5 is 13.
very, very nice.
Yeah, if they won by 8, they would both have 2 wins and a margin of 13.
Fair enough.
So what would they do there, Robbie? If they've both got 2 plus 13, they've got to go back and decide something else.
Yeah, they'll probably go on ends or something, but we'll... percentage, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we see Rhonda there just playing with a bit of weight and just under the grass line, so she's got to correct a bit. Now, Debbie really needs something in behind the head here, really.
Well, she's holding, she's got 2 here, has she?
They got 2, mate. That last bowl of
2
hers,
shots,
the resting
okay,
toucher.
beautiful.
So beautiful bowl.
Yeah,
So
well, she'd be more than happy with that, and she should be doubly happy with this one.
well, where it's going to
But
come?
it doesn't matter. It's sort of, it doesn't pattern up the target, has
No,
it?
it has fattened the target. I think she wanted to be a
She
couple
probably
more,
wanted another metre.
another metre on a Gary by the
Yeah.
looks of that. So
But I mean, Rhonda's really got nothing to hit here. She's really only got a 1 bowl target.
one bowl
and
target, mate. She's just a little bit under once
she's
again,
going
my
on.
friend.
She got the right weight.
Yeah, just under again, mate. So
Yep.
very hard to play that metre through the head shot Gary in these conditions.
I think you've either got to try and dead draw or smack at 100 mile an hour.
Yeah,
I don't think there's much option for a 2-3 metre on shot. Do you?
No, not in these conditions, mate. But anyway, the girls play what they can see, and they're out there. They're playing the game, and that's why we're sitting in here, mate.
Well, we're not getting our hat blown off.
No, we're
inside the clubhouse, and
we're sitting in here, and it's nice and comfortable in here. And of course, the co-commentator Gary Thomas is very appreciative of Gary, and Robbie Allen, of course.
He's a COE.
Yes, in charge of everything.
That's
our Robbie. So as we see, Glenys
he likes that.
He does. I think you'll find that Glenys will be just trying to come around that white bowl and sit in behind, because if they hit that, that's where it'll go to.
Well,
this is a perfect bowl.
Well, this is the shot that Debbie was. Look at that.
Look at that. That's perfect. That's absolutely where
she's gone the overhead clap now. You know, the only thing better than that to get the hat removed.
To get the hat removed, I tell you what.
The overhead clap's better than the.
Well, I've seen a lot of hats removed out here this morning, mate. I'm telling you.
That's it. I was out having a smoke before, and there was all these ladies wandering around in the car park. They were looking for their hats. I thought I didn't know there were so many smokers. I thought, well, it's smoking, we're getting our hat back.
Yeah, I don't blame them. It is quite windy, that's for sure, Gary. So we see Glenys just calling.
Yeah, well, they got two decent catches out there, haven't they?
Yeah, Debbie just saying to Glenys, just come round here, so just give us a bit more cover. So
Deb's going to be.
I tell you what, she's played this pretty well. Is she going to sit this bowl?
She sits on it and stays.
Oh, gee whiz, that's
my goodness.
That's a very good bowl there, though, Gary. That's a very good bowl.
It sort of indicates to me that if Debbie got a shot, yes, she has.
Yeah.
I mean, she could really open up her shoulders and have a crack for that bowl, couldn't she? Depending on what happens here with Rhonda.
Yeah, another good bowl there, though,
yeah,
too.
Well, there you go. See now, Debbie's got a couple of shots here now. Is she going to be game enough?
Yeah.
Is she going to be game enough to ever want to crunch at these two, or what?
Well, she played that previously, Gary. So we'll just see. They're having a good conversation there, which is good to see.
She's able to drive those two bowls out of the head.
Yep. I think it'd be very hard to do that, Gary, though, without dislodging
I'm
Kitty.
not saying it's going to be easy. No, I'm talking about these two here.
Oh, those two there. I don't think she'll play that, mate.
You don't think so?
No, I think she'll find she'll just...
Well, she might, but, I mean, if she got rid of those two, she'd end up with 5.
Yes.
Or 4 at least.
But the thing about that, though, is that Rhonda's still got two bowls sitting in her hand, too.
Yeah,
I think she's going to try and dead draw by the looks of it. She just got to sit inside this.
I was just thinking that maybe she might have a crack, because I understand that from all reports that I've heard, that Debbie's a fairly aggressive player.
Yep.
Anyway,
we see Rhonda just about to. She'll probably have another bit of a niggle down here.
Well, she's got to try and contact something here, hasn't she?
Tell you what, mate, she's not going to be far away with this one. This one's pointed very, very well. Just going to hold. Going to set this third bowl? No, not quite. Ooh.
Deanne Robertson's back with us. Morning, Diesel. And she's always one of our favourite fans.
Oh, that's for sure.
Love Diesel. Those.
So we see Debbie with her next bowl sticking to her forehand. Just a little bit wide with this one, I think, by the looks of this, Gary. But she's coming round to a very good home in case Rhonda makes any contact there. That's a very good home there.
Seems she's more than happy to hold the 2 if she can.
Not bad under these
conditions.
I'll
give them a lead of 10-5.
Yep.
Now here comes Rhonda.
No, I don't think she's got the weight.
She's going to fly away, I think.
For that grass line.
Just help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda.
Yes, 2 good pickups. A good pickup there to the...
2 more to the Logan, I was going to say Logan girls.
Yep, Mount Gravatt.
2 more to Debbie Gravatt from Gateway. So that makes it 10-5. Do you want me to go upstairs and get some men's?
Yeah, we're just getting the
scores, or do you want to go?
No, we're just getting some names up there now, so we just got to write it down. So
okay.
Robbie's just doing that at the moment. We'll go up and give you the men's scores very shortly.
Yeah, well, what have we played? We played so
6 ends.
5 or 6 ends. Well, we usually do it after 6 ends, don't we?
Yep. So we see. I tell
6,
you what,
12 and 18.
not a bad ploy here by Glenys Reid, keeping these ends short, Gary, because the others are struggling on that.
She nailed it coming back here the last time, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, but she's thrown this one just a little bit wide. So
she's run out of nails.
Yeah, I think she rushed that bowl there slightly, but I think you'll find she'll slow down and concentrate on her next one. That's what this great game's all about, the art of correction. So I tell you what, we see all the girls out there this morning, not just the Tropical Far North girls, but you can tell the ones that are all sitting around with jumpers on, quite a few of them, aren't they? Coats.
I'm starting to believe that if you have a look at the flags, they're nowhere near as flappy as they were.
No.
I'm confident in saying that the breeze has very much considerably dropped.
Well, it has by the looks of the flags, but it's coming in gusts. We see a lovely correction here by Glenys Reid.
You have a look at the flag in the corner of the green, it's not even moving.
Just about stopped. So a little bit through the head, but
Glenys,
probably around about 3 to 4 foot through the head. But anyway, we'll see what Sue can do here. She's got a good 3 foot to draw the shot. The first one went through quite considerably.
Yep.
So I think this one here is looking good. Rhonda's giving it a clap in there, so she should.
Yeah,
What a
she's
great
got a
bowl.
toucher there.
What a great bowl.
Great shot by Sue McCall.
That's for sure.
See, the vision that's appearing on this here is well behind that.
Yep.
Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I'm with it. So we see the skips go to the head. Rhonda and Debbie, so it'll be interesting to see if Debbie just tries to trail the kitty just off that bowl there, Gary. So be the shot I'd be playing. So
Well, she's got a nice bowl waiting there, hasn't
she certainly has, my friend. So yeah, so I think you'll find that's the shot she'll probably play. So a bit of confidence in that, I assume. So.
Well,
she's
she
just standing off the map.
she stood off the map because the wind just went.
Well, I can see those flags again.
See, that flag took up again, didn't
it? It certainly did.
It's certainly not as bad as what it was when we first started, though, Brian, doesn't appear. I'll go outside when I get these scores from up the top and let you know. She's had a decent go at this.
Yeah, she's very good try there.
She just dropped a bit short.
Yeah, maybe just about another 2.5 foot of weight there, Gary. She would have got the results she was after.
Now, Rhonda's going to stay on her forehand and just try and get to that back blue and white one. And she hasn't played this too bad.
No, she's played it very well, my friend.
Actually, she's played it exceptionally well. So well, in fact, that it's probably...
If it falls over.
2. Is it 2 or not? Sue didn't say anything.
Not too sure there, my friend. So.
All right, I'm heading up, am I?
Just before we go, we'll give you an update of the girls.
All right,
we'll
give me an update.
Debbie's got this. I tell you, she got this bowl here. I think she's pretty close to it. Oh dear, where she got it, but not enough of it.
But I still believe that the blue bowl is shot.
Yes, I'd say that they'd probably be 2 down there, in my opinion, mate. The combination from the Gateway District.
Yes, it looks as though it might be 2. I haven't indicated that.
Rhonda got plenty of room here to draw another one.
Here she comes. We'll soon find out.
Tell you what, it's got a good line because that kitty's been moved off the line. Oh, just a wait. Look at the line she had. It's pretty good for what she was after, really. So,
all right. Anyway, well, I'll leave you with it and I'll nick upstairs, eh?
Let us say we see the score there. It's 5-8 to 5-8 to the to Barbara and Margaret over Anne and from Yolanda. The next score coming along is 6-5 to Liz Perry over Wendy Campbell. Of course, Liz from the Salisbury Club, the Cunningham District, and Wendy from the Elliot Heads, the Bundaberg region. And the other one is 7-3. And, of course, the one in front there is Ruth Perry from Kadanga playing Denise Jarman from the Silkwood Tropical Far North, Queensland. So there we go. That's after 6 ends, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the score on our rink is 10-5. As we see another bowl coming down here from Sue. I'll tell you what, nice line there too. So So we see Glenys just about to... Debbie's having a real good look at this. Just not too sure what to play. Caught her on the forehand, so I think it's pretty much open there. So a bit hard to be playing the backhand in this breeze coming around there. That's for sure. Not going to be too far away. She's going to straighten off this front one. She has. Yeah, look at that. But anyway, take them any way we can. So. See Rhonda just calling Sue just to play just through a little bit, she's saying, just to try and sit that bowl. That's not a bad ploy. They'd have a couple of seconds there, so they can be a little bit aggressive at it. Got a very good line on this one here, that's for sure. Just depending upon her weight now. Weight's not bad too. Yeah, great bowl, Sue. So that's one to the Mackay ladies. Very well played. As the skips go to the head now, and with the Mackay ladies holding one, I'd say that Glenys Reed's got second shot there with that striped bowl, the blue and white one. By the looks of that there, but anyway, the skip's got ample room. Any movement of the kitty here, particularly a bit of a trail there for Debbie Logan, she'd pick up a couple of shots. The only there is to be through the head slightly. No, the wind's got her. She stepped off. This huge gust of breeze went just as she's about to play that bowl, so she pulled herself up very abruptly. Anyway, she's happy with it now. Oh, is she going to get a straightener? Yes, she did. Oh, she's got probably another second there now, but yeah, I thought she's going to get a straightener off that one. Anything could have happened then, that's for sure. So we see Rhonda got a nice line on this one. Tell you what, weight's not too bad. She got a drop in under this one. Oh, what a great bowl. That is, that's a bit of a target there though for Debbie Logan though, so I expect to see a little bit of weight come in here because it's impossible to draw by the looks of that. It looks like she's just going to play just through the head, which really is not a bad shot. Not going to be far away. Whammo. Great bowl there. So that would be one to the Mount Gravatt combination, with that being I tell you what, you could be a little bit aggressive on that one too also, because I think they'd have 2 seconds there, the Mackay girl. So yeah, she's playing with weight, so we'll see what happens here. Tell you what, she's not going to be far away. She's got this. Oh, she got the kitty too. That's a great bowl there. That's a very good skips bowl, that's for sure. So they're taking those 2 out. They're going to put the measure on it. We've got Gary up there getting some updated scores for you from the men. So, coming over to this one here. I think it may be an umpire's job, this one, because it's not going to be big enough. Oof. Umpire, yes, they're calling the umpire. So it's a long measure. So the girls will sort that one out. So we can see the umpires have had plenty of work to do the last few days. They've had plenty of call-outs, that's for sure, and they've done a great job too. And I must take my hat off to the North Toowoomba Bowls Club for their all their volunteers, of their umpires and their bar staff and their kitchen staff. It's been an absolute marvellous the way they've looked after all the players and looked after us, and the amount of umpires and everything they've had here for this wonderful event. It's been absolutely fantastic, and a great pat on the back to the North Toowoomba Bowls Club for the way they've looked after all of the competitors. Everybody's very, very happy with their the way they've been treated here, that's for sure. Unfortunate with the very gusty breeze here today, because the greens here have been absolutely magnificent. They've been running absolutely beautiful, drawing both hands, but the wind here today is making it a little bit uncomfortable, you could say. So it looks like 4 shots. Looked like 4 they just put up there, so it makes it very interesting by the looks of that. Anyway, they're about to do the board in a minute, so we'll definitely get a proper indication. Definitely 4 shots, so it's 10-9, so 1 shot in it. What a great end that was for the Mackay ladies. Well done. Great bowl there. Beautiful conversion shot there by Rhonda. She just sat that bowl out of Glenys Reeds and picked up the kitty and picked up 4 shots out of it. So that's why the skips get paid the big money. That's why Robbie Allen plays lead. But beautiful bowl there by Rhonda Meng, that's for sure. So we see the girls have just lengthened this out a little bit to what the Mount Gravatt girls were playing. Just a little bit longer. So we see Sue McCall playing the first bowl, playing a forehand, coming away from that second green, which is up top. You can see the men up top there playing. So this here is not a bad grass line for Sue with that wind, the way it's coming in. So coming back very nicely. Very good first up lead bowl, that's for sure. Just about jack high, just a couple of feet away from the kitty. So Glenys going to play a backhand. Okay. Martin Call. How are you, Martin? I'll see you on the weekend, my friend. Up at Townsville. We see Sue playing her second bowl. Obviously, I think she's got a tighter line here by the looks of this. Just going to be dependent upon her weight here now, and her weight doesn't look too bad. A little bit underdone grass line, but it's gone to a pretty good home. It just ran through a little bit than I thought it would do, but anyway, pretty handy. Yes, listen, Don, it was a great bowl, wasn't it? Glenys with her second bowl. She's played this pretty well. Just coming home now. What a great correction there by Rhonda Reed. By Glenys Reed. Beautiful correction there. So definitely got shot there with that one. Very hard bowl to beat. We'll see what Rhonda does when she gets down the mat this time. I think she'll just probably try and draw it on her backhand by the looks of that. But take a very good bowl to dislodge that one under these conditions, with the wind just dropping a little bit now compared to what it was a few minutes ago. But a very, very strong breeze here today up at Toowoomba. Beautiful part of Queensland, that's for sure. Yeah, Rhonda's played this pretty well. It's just going to be dependent upon her weight on where it finishes. So coming in pretty nice, going to undercut, but a very, very, very good second shot there, that's for sure. A very good second shot. So they've actually got second and third shot now. So make it very interesting. Yeah, I think they've got to play the forehand, that's for sure. They can't. No point playing the backhand there. Can only cause yourself some grief. Just got to sit inside those, Debbie. She's made her mind up. It's always very good if you're in doubt just to have a bit of a talk to whoever's down the other end, just to get your confidence back on what you're going to play. So it's always a very good ploy, that's for sure. Again, I think it's bowl starting to work. It's not just going to come back enough though. Just a little bit too long. Probably about 3 foot through the head there, maybe even 4 foot. So hence the reason why it didn't work. So we see Rhonda playing a backhand here, which I think is probably her hand to play, that's for sure. She's played this pretty well again too, just quietly. It's not going to be far away. Just going to run out of Just going to run out of legs there. A bit unlucky there, but she had a beautiful line for what she was after. As we have Mr. Thomas back on board and breathing very heavily. So,
well, the good news is that it's nowhere near as windy out there as what it was when the games commenced.
There you go.
Now, up on the top green, as we've already suggested earlier in the week, that it tends to be windier up there than down here. But even up on the top green, it's bearable.
Beautiful bowl there by Debbie Logan. Absolutely beautiful bowl. Just made 2 out of that.
What are they up to? Well, they've come back a bit, have they, the girls, while I'm away?
Girls just picked up a 4 from the last end.
Okay.
Magnificent bowl by Rhonda, a beautiful conversion shot.
Rightio. Well, now, while they're changing over, I'll give you the scores from the men's section up on the top green. Now, what have we got? We've got Jason Walford and Mitch Stiles leading Josh Fisher and Dave Williams 13-8 after 9 ends.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you this until the bowl gets here. John Newell and Jason Moore are leading Wally Clyden and Kerry Ollett 6-3 after 6 ends. John Martin and Craig Hall are leading Chris Forbes and Jai Singh 10-7 after 8. And Darren Stanley and Rob Capelli are leading Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie 10-7 after 9.
Well, there you go. There's the update from the men's scores. So
right.
We see Glenys just running a bit through the head there, and she's probably sitting a good 4 or 5 foot, but got the best backwards. So Debbie, I think, would be quite happy with that because they're holding 2 shots.
Okay. Just to give you the computations for the men while this bowl's coming down. Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie won their 2 games yesterday, and all they need to do today is win to win the section. And the guys that have a chance of toppling them are Chris Forbes and Jai Singh, who would need to win by 8. Now, those guys, Jai and his partner Chris, at the moment are behind by 3, and Nathan and Andrew are also behind by 3. So that doesn't sort of alter much, does it, at this particular stage?
No, that's for sure. We see there Glenys just being a little bit wide with that bowl there. She just had to be under that last bowl of hers. But anyway, it's done. So the Mackay combination having a talk. So how are we going with the other section there, Gary? What would happen there, my friend?
Well, the other, that's. I'm pleased you brought that up. I'll just reiterate that Nathan and Andrew can lose this game.
Yes.
So long as Chris Forbes and Jai Singh, if they lose, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
That's for sure.
They would have to win by 8.
By 8. So it's anyone's game, as you'd expect in this great competition.
Okay.
So we see Rhonda here. Looks like she'd be playing just a little bit of a weight. I'll tell you what, she's not going to be far away from this. She got both of them?
Nope.
No, she got one of them, though. What a great bowl.
Good shot there.
Yeah, very good shot there. She got herself she'd have a few seconds there too, by the looks of that there, Gary. She'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds, mate. So, very, very good bowl there. So, anyway, Debbie's walking down to have a look at this, and I don't blame her because she could be in a bit of trouble if that bowl goes out of the head. And so, just while they walk down there, what about the other section in the men, Gary?
Yeah, well, John Newell and Jason Moore leading the section with 2 wins now. Needless to say, they win their home and hose. But and at the moment, they're leading 6-3 after 6 ends.
Yes.
So they're comfortable enough at the moment. And the only opportunity that anyone's got of knocking them off is the Josh Fisher and Dave Williams, Jason Walford and Mitchell Stiles. Both need to win their games by plenty.
To win, yeah, fair enough, mate.
So
we're just seeing this bowl here from Debbie. She's just really got to add another bowl in there, otherwise she could be a few down.
Rightio, back we are.
Oh dear, it's not a bad bowl there. That's for sure. It's probably being very aggressive away, but anyway, as they've just got to sit that bowl.
So I've lost a bit of direction in this head. The The Mackay girls are holding just the one, right?
No. It's the Mount Gravatt combination holding a bowl that shot there.
Oh, okay. Of course, that's Glenys's bowl.
Glenys's read, so it's just one to that combination by the looks of it.
One,
just
okay,
the one
so
shot.
that's 9-11.
Yeah, so that's, I actually thought Rhonda may have attacked that bowl a little bit more, but anyway, obviously she wanted to play what she was comfortable with, and I can't blame that. I'd never try and tell them what to play, mate. They know better than me. They're out there.
That's it. Well,
they're out there.
We can only call what they've attempted. But
be interesting to see if Glenys shortens this length up again now, because they've been playing rather short lengths. The Mount Gravatt combination.
Well, but as I said, I know you look at the flagpole and the flags are still flapping around out there, but the wind is nowhere near as strong
as what
it was an hour ago.
Previously. But talking to locals here when I arrived this morning, I said, my God, it's windy. And they all said to me, you think it's windy now? You wait till 2 o'clock this afternoon, son. I thought, you fair dinkum? They said, yeah. So that's why I said it could only get stronger from what I've been told. So anyway, we see... there goes Emma and Trish Spicer.
Oh, look, how good's that? Now I'm gonna ask Robbie. He knows the story.
Oh, we see a nice looking.
I'm gonna interview Emma. There's certain things that we need to discuss.
We see Sue's first bowl just a little bit wide, as Gary said before. So this is what happens when the wind starts dropping slightly and in between the gusts.
Here comes Glenys, and she looks to be fairly well pointed to my eye. In fact, yeah,
you're right, Colin.
Well, Debbie, that's a front toucher now. Debbie got pretty excited about that halfway down.
Yeah, lovely bowl there by Glenys, that's for sure. Yeah, no, you're right, Colin. There's a few scenarios there, as Gary just gave you. So there's quite a few scenarios.
Well, we can't be too exact. You can only give you a general opinion of. And here's the birthday girl.
Here she comes.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Thank you.
I'd kiss you, but I'm frightened Dennis might try and knock me out.
So we see Sue just running through the head there slightly, but right on the line. So,
our beloved Christy, I've just mentioned the folks listening there, beloved Christina Pavlov, it's her birthday today.
Yes, no, that's for sure.
So
we might get her in here for a few words, Gary. So,
well, I'll hop up if you like.
We'll get her in for a few words. It was always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to welcome Chrissy Pavlov on board, and also too, particularly on this very special day, which is her birthday.
Oh, thanks
Happy
very
birthday,
much,
Chrissy.
Thanks very much,
I
Brian.
wonder how long it would take you to get in here with that wind blowing out there the way it is, my dear.
It's pretty hard to find a spot out of the wind out there.
Yeah, but I think it's dropped a little bit though, Chrissy, to what it was. And once again, though, you see this 11-9 and you see these girls displaying their skills and under very trying conditions. I know the heads haven't been too bad at all, really. They've been absolutely fantastic.
They've played some very good bowls in this game.
Haven't
I've
they?
been sitting over there watching this and some of the other games as well.
As we see Rhonda's bowl just...
yeah, coming in for second shot there.
Yeah, good second shot there, that's for sure. Gives them something to work on. Debbie sticking to her forehand here, though, and I see why with that last bowl of Rhonda's. Any movement on that because it's still on the run. She's got to just try and sit in front of Rhonda's bowl, which just missed it.
She's got her bowl back there behind. So.
And see there once again too, though, Chrissy, that hand was the narrow hand previously. With that wind dropping slightly, that bowl's just gone through the head, where before it would have sted that side of the head.
Absolutely, and then when the wind comes up, it's really gusting too, so it's causing a little bit of havoc.
Oh, how unlucky is that?
Unlucky.
A beautiful bowl there from Rhonda again. She got a touch of it. She just didn't get that fat. She just got the side of it, and she's tucked it in behind Glenys's bowl. So it was Mount Gravatt combination. They've played some great bowls, the pair of them, but then again, this Mackay combination, they've been playing, they're really keeping them honest, and they picked up 4 there a couple of ends ago, so they just got to refocus and got a couple of shots there they can play.
Absolutely. Mackay have come into this game with 2 wins in the section,
Yep.
and Mount Gravatt have had a win and a loss. I think in order to go through, Mount Gravatt would have to win by more than 8
8 shots. That's correct. Yes, we've done the sums on that one. Yes. So we see a very good bowl there from Glenys. Very good bowl there, that's for sure. From Glenys Reid, of course, from the Mount Gravatt Bowls Club. So, and we were saying before that this combination from the Gateway District defeated Chloe Stewart and Jessica Samarazzi. So,
they did.
Very good win on their behalf, that's for sure. As all these champions here have had to win their zone matches to get this far, so it's no mean feat.
Very tough games to get through. I mean, all of them at this stage would have won quite a number of games to get to this stage of the competition.
Well, that's ever so true, Chrissy. And as I've said previously, that some of these champions that they started this event probably 6 or 7 months ago, and some of them are still undefeated all this time later.
Well, absolutely. When you go through your club, you've got to win your club competition, you've got to win your district competition, and then your zone playoff.
No, absolutely. It's a marvellous feat, that's for sure. Absolutely, as we just see Sue now just trying to draw this off by the looks of it. Any movement. Got to be careful. She can't take it too far away though, because they've got a few catches.
Rhonda likes that.
Yeah, lovely bowl there.
She's put it in a very good position.
She has, yes. It definitely gives Rhonda a few options there, Chrissy. I don't think she can be too aggressive because she's only got one in amongst the pigeons there. So
yes, and then as we know, Rhonda doesn't hesitate to play an aggressive shot.
Well, Debbie also too can be very aggressive too. So I won't say it's in your girl's nature to be that, but no, it's absolutely fantastic, and they've been playing great bowls, the pair of them.
If the shot's there to be played, they'll both play it.
Oh, that's for sure. That's for sure. So we see. Be interesting to see what Debbie does with her first bowl. I think she'll find she just have to outdraw that bowl of Sue's, I'd assume.
Yeah, even a little touch on the jack's very good for her.
No, that's for sure. Well, a touch on the jack, she'd make a few shots there, that's for sure.
Correct.
So this is probably the line when the wind was blowing, so notice the flags have just dropped a little bit, so there you go.
Look, she did play that very well. You are relying on what's happening out there with the elements. But
I can see it there's just dropped again now, so Rhonda's got the ideal conditions you could play, you'd say. Looks as though she's got a good line on this one. How's her weight? It's holding very nicely too.
It is.
Oh, it's just starting to cut. She just needed just a little bit more weight.
She's finished
on
in
that line.
Very good spot.
Well, that takes that shot away from Debbie too. So you don't realise. One sometimes it's quite nice to drop, Chrissy. Because that could have been a handful there if Debbie did trail that kitty.
Absolutely.
So anyway, it's definitely advantage at this moment to the Mount Gravatt combination over the Mackay ladies, and a bit surprised to see Debbie change her hand.
Well,
she might be trying to sit this blue bowl out of the head though.
She obviously feels it's.
Yep.
She can get a bit more turn out of the bowl there, as you can see.
Beautiful weighted bowl there. Just need a little bit more grass line, that's all. But anyway, see what Rhonda can do with this one. Again, she's got a very good line on this one here, Chrissy.
Yes, she's given it a bit more grass.
She's given this a great chance to see.
I can't see anything with Sue there.
Oh, gee whiz, what a great try.
Just under.
Absolutely fantastic try that. So anyway, it's not to worry. So. Okay, mate. Gary's going to do another man run, so that's code for I'm going for a smoke. You learn these things. So anyway, it's 1 to the Mount Gravatt combination of Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan. And what a great game of bowls we got here under very trying conditions, and a lot of people sitting inside the clubhouse today. They're not venturing out like they have the last couple of days, Chrissy, where the weather's been beautiful.
The last few days we've had people sitting around the greens, trying, out in the sunshine, and now they're all huddled together.
I've never seen so many coats after the weather we've had to see the players out there. We see this one here, the wind's got hold of it. Is it going to pull up? It just pulled up, just finished just in front of the ditch, so it goes back on the tee. So really surprising me, this one, because Glenys and Debbie have been playing very, very short ends, so they really stretched this one out a little bit, which I think is a good ploy, because I think the Mackay combination were really starting to hone in on the on the short end. So I think that's very good leading on behalf of Glenys Reid there.
Yes, so there is quite a strong easterly wind behind them, and it is taking the jack quite a distance down the green.
It certainly is. But a lovely start there by Glenys Reid. It's just a couple of feet, but right on the line, and covers up the kitty slightly, but it's still there to be drawn, of course. But had to see. I think she's going to play the backhand by the looks of it, Sue.
Yes, she is. She's following that bowl down.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just dropped out because the internet decided to go to sleep for a couple of seconds on us, but we're back on air now, so get it out there, share it as often as you can, and get this great sport of ours out to as many people as we possibly can, eh? Apologise for that, but unfortunately when the internet decides to drop out, there's nothing we can do about it. It's all to do with Telstra.
Glenys has put a bit more on this one and come in for shot.
Yeah, no. Beautiful bowl there, that's for sure. We're seeing some really first-class bowls here, Chrissy, that's for sure.
Yes, outstanding game in very trying conditions. If you look at the screen, you can see those flags really blowing at the end of the ring.
Oh, they definitely are, aren't they?
Nice bowl from Sue, taking the shot away there.
Yes. So these two have had a very good tussle up front. They've really been going tit for tat. So the skips have had, plenty of times have had 2 or 3 options when they go to their head on what to play. So been very interesting to watch under very trying conditions, I can assure you. So it's a credit to the bowlers on the way they've been able to combat and put the wind out of their mind, because sometimes the wind can really get into your head, can't it?
It certainly can, and that's what you have to do. You just have to play what you think your bowler's going to do, not try and adjust too much. If a gust comes through and takes it across, if that gust stops, then the next bowl isn't going to do what you hope it's going to do.
No, that's for sure. So it's just a matter of sticking to what you think could be best.
Debbie's putting another good bowl down here, just sliding past in a very good spot there.
Yeah, good home there, that's for sure. Wasn't far away from that one, Chrissy, that's for sure.
No.
So the score over there is 7-10 on 8 ends, and that's to the... we've just got people there in front of that one. We'll look at that one in a minute. So just caught...
Yes, just caught the inside of Glenys's bowl there.
Yeah, no, they've played some pretty good bowls. Both these combinations, that's for sure. And of course, the Mackay girls are undefeated, so done very well. As you can see, the score there, ladies and gentlemen. There's no need for me to tell you. You can read that. So that's rink 3. Come down to rink 2. Sorry, rink 4, I should say. Yeah. That's our rink. That's the rink we're doing.
Debbie's coming down, looking to promote Glenys's bowl
not far
there,
away,
which she has done.
Well, just sat there for shot 2. It just rolled. One more roll. I think she may have been out, but great bowl there.
Rhonda coming down to looking to trail it or sit that bowl of Glenys.
Tell you what, she's not going to be far away.
She's not far away.
What a great bowl. I've got a funny feeling, though, the kitty may have bounced back.
Yes.
I'm not too sure who's got shot there, but the girls have had a lot. I think Debbie just gave indication that there's one down, so it must be that blue bowl. But I don't know, I thought it hit the blue bowl and bounced back towards...
Look, it did. It's a little hard to tell from the screen what the distances are. And again, looking out to the green, out through the window, again, it's very, very close.
That's for sure. Now, Chrissy, of course, while we've got you here, wonderful trip just down to Ettalong with the over 60s. I know you got a birthday today, but do you still got to take your birth certificate to these over 60 events, do you?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So,
look,
wonderful achievement.
What a wonderful week. I mean, for all the Queensland team, for the girls to get the goal.
What a great bowl.
Fantastic bowl.
Again, it's hit a pole and it's gone forward again.
Yes.
Oh, how unlucky is that?
It's
really played it. Couldn't have played it. Here's the slow action replay here. Like, I mean, if she gets that clean, she got a couple of shots and sit that bowl and got the gone
Yes.
forward. Not too sure. She could be 2 down there, I think. I'm not too sure on that one. Probably only 1. No,
Yes.
she's calling one for themselves. So I just saw the Rhonda. But anyway, I don't think shots being played. There's still ample room to draw
There
it.
is.
So team camaraderie, you're telling me, was absolutely outstanding down
Look,
at Ettalong. And
The Queensland team were just outstanding, both men and ladies. The men were so unlucky not to get higher than 3rd place.
Yep.
3 shots held them out of the gold medal.
Yep.
They went down by 1 shot to Western Australia and 2 shots to New South Wales, I think it was.
Well,
very, very close. Plus John Finlayson's rink with Robbie Allen and Keith Farrelly, Graham Cath were the best performing rink of the side series.
That's absolutely marvellous.
A fantastic result.
I mean, at that level of bowls, though, Chrissy, and I'm sure our viewers would agree. You know, I mean, to lose a Test match by 1 or 2 shots is, you know, it's just. And congratulations to the Victorian and Western Australian teams for achieving that. Good on them. I congratulate them immensely. So. New South Wales, of course, in the men took out the gold, and Queensland took out the gold in the ladies and won the best overall.
Yes.
And Louise Whitten's rink was the best performed ladies rink. So
yes, they went through undefeated in their games.
Oh, beautiful bowl
that
there.
rink was just outstanding. Louis, well deserved, selected into the Australian senior Jackaroos team for the Trans-Tasman. For the ladies to win the gold, it was the 4th gold in 5 years for our Queensland ladies.
It's
team.
a wonderful achievement at that level, Chrissy, that's for sure.
is.
But I looking at the teams, I don't think you made too many changes in 5 years. So it's a pretty stable, balanced side, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yes,
As far as the bulk of the players are concerned.
Absolutely. And, while they're still all performing well, why would you make too many changes in
So true.
in the team?
So congratulations to all the participants down there for representing their states. Unfortunately, there was no live streaming, but the reports I got back and reading the manager's reports, everybody performed admirably. So well done to all of those people that represented their states down in Ettalong. And now there's a bit of a lull on, so we just see this one here. But we've got some great bowls coming up live streaming for the ladies and gentlemen over the next few weeks.
Oh, just
going to miss that. Yeah, gee whiz. Wasn't far away from what she was after, that's for sure. I just wonder if she was going to be lucky enough to hit the back bowl and go back down the green too, though, Chrissy, at that weight. So
well, it can happen.
Can definitely happen, that's for sure. So anyway, we see Rhonda here. She's got a nice little shot. Just got to come round here. Tell you what, she's got a beautiful line on this too, and she has a
she's looking to
just
going to
sneak around. What a great bowl there by Rhonda. Beautiful bowl. So she'll be holding a couple there now. Bit of pressure on Debbie here. She's in front by 3 shots, so it's very telling end. This one here is, as you'd expect at this end of the stages of this great event. That's for sure.
Yes.
There's a lot of these people, as we said, started a long, long time ago.
And just depends on what that wind's doing for her.
Yeah, beautiful weight for what she was after again too, Chrissy.
Definitely.
Sean Keepy on board. G'day, Sean. How are you, my friend? Deanne Robinson. G'day, Dee. G'day, Bozzy. How are you? And we have mother of Tony on board also. I can tell you, Julie, that Robbie is behaving himself. He's actually starting to act his age. As we see Rhonda just pulling up a bit short with that last one. So indication there looks like 3 shots. So that ties the game all up again. So as you'd anticipate at this time of the event with these teams are very close together. They've come used to the conditions. The greens have been running absolutely beautifully, and just a shame about the wind because it's made it very, very hard. But the girls are concentrating very, very hard. And I think that the girls from Mackay are going to lengthen this out even a little bit further. So it's not a bad ploy, that, I think.
Yes, well, they're playing back into the headwind, going this direction.
So no doubt Dennis is going to spoil you rotten today, Chrissy, for being your birthday and all.
Well, he's here watching the bowls today, but we have plans to go out tonight. For
Good
dinner.
on you.
Yeah.
Good on you. So you don't get birthdays all the time. So.
No, well, one nice thing, my daughter's up here in Toowoomba, so we'll be going out with her tonight.
That's
for dinner.
absolutely wonderful. You have a wonderful day. So, see a very uncharacteristic short bowl there by Sue. She's been leading up very well.
She has.
And that's a little bit of concentration, I think. Maybe just lapsed a little bit. There's one thing I have noticed when Sue's played a rough one first up, her next bowl she's corrected absolutely magnificently. So, I guarantee she won't be too far away with this one.
That's a good start. Her weight's very good from Glenys.
That's for sure. No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. As I said, if the wind was blowing previously, that probably would have been right on the kitty. And I can see these flags are just dropping now, so the wind becoming very inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see the score on the next rinks there, ladies and gentlemen, for people that are asking. We see Rhonda's happy with this one, so it must be.
She is. Yeah, in there behind.
That's all right. So, Glenys Reid from the Mount Gravatt Bowls Club. So, of course, the Mackay ladies are from the Suburban Club up in Mackay. So, wonderful part of the world. We see a beautiful correction here by
very good
by Glenys
correction.
Reid. As we can have some updates. So, Mr. Thomas has been up there doing a run around for us, and we have the combination of John Walford and Mitch Stiles 19 to John Fisher and David Williams 12 after 12 ends, so it's 19-12 after 12. We have Wally Credden and Kerry Ollett 3 against the John Newell Jason Moore combination from the Hamilton Bowls Club 13, so 13-3 after 10 ends. Yes, that's true. Jason and Johnny have had 2 wins, so they're in front there by 10. So this particular stage, you'd probably have to say they're going pretty well on track. John Martin and Craig Hall 13 over Chris Forbes and Jai Singh from the Toowoomba region, and that's on 11 ends. And Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie are 10 against Darren Stanley and Rob Capelli are 12 after 12 ends. So, again, the great work there by Darren and Rob to have that other combination down by 2 after 12 ends. They must be playing some great bowls up there. So, big thank you to Gary Thomas, who's doing the running job for us today. And we've got Chrissy Pavlov in as a guest commentator. It's great to have Chrissy there, getting the inside of the girls, and she knows them very well. She's played against them plenty of times, so it's always good to have some inside information on them, Chrissy.
Yes.
12 all, eh?
Yeah, pretty close. 12 all.
Very close game, this one.
We've had all close games, haven't we?
Yeah.
Last week's dream.
Yes.
We see a good-looking bowl coming down
Coming
here. Just going to
in
pull up a little bit short,
yeah.
unfortunately. So
But it still counts, that one.
it does too, doesn't it? So I tell you, it's there's been some great bowls played, Chrissy, over this event.
Yes.
And as I said, amazing yesterday. I mean, you take your hat off to Chris Forbes and Jai Singh from the Townsville region, from the Darling Downs, that to go down by one shot, 21-20, to the combination of Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie. I think everybody knows what type of form Nathan's been in the last couple of months. So a wonderful effort by those two players. So.
Yes, I had the pleasure of watching the last half of that game yesterday, and it was outstanding from the Toowoomba boys to get so close in that one.
No, it's really it's a credit to them, isn't it? So it's
Need to win this game by 8.
yeah, we know. Yeah, all good. We see good looking. Oh, just going to sneak under it. Yeah, just. Oh, did she get second shot out? I'm not too sure where that ball finished. Yeah, a bit hard to tell from here, too far away. But Debbie just giving Glenys some instructions. So. Yeah, Peter, Gracemere going well, mate. Don't you worry about that. You're going well, my friend. It's good to have you on board too, Pete. We see
Debbie cut.
Yeah, just a little bit wide with this one by the looks of it. So. Just a little bit wide.
Her weight was very, very good.
Good,
there.
that's for sure. So anyway, we see Sue standing on the mat. She's obviously going to play her forehand, by the way she's standing there. She's got to beat this Jack-Eye bowl, really, Chrissy, hasn't she?
She does.
Oh.
Yeah. I think
she turned her back on that one and walked pretty quickly, didn't she, eh? Listen, I'm just going to go for a wee walk. I'm going to ask Gary Thomas to take my place for a couple of minutes. I just want to see someone. So, Chrissy, absolutely lovely having you on board, love. And if you can give us some inside information on those girls, always good to see you, my dear.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian.
Thank you.
Another very good bowl from Glenys there. Looks like they're holding 3, possibly 4 shots.
Thank you, Brian. Just been outside, and I can assure all the listeners, Chris, that the wind is decidedly less than it was.
Oh, good.
Even though the flags are still fluttering, it's not the...
not quite as blustery as it was
no
first up
way.
this morning. Here comes Rhonda. She's playing with intent down here.
Just sliding under.
Might have moved that out. Might have cut it back to... It looks like 3 shots.
1, 2... Yep, sure does, doesn't it? Keep sharing the program, folks, as far and wide as you wish. This could be another one, Chrissy.
Yes, it does.
You got a special dinner coming up tonight, Christina, have you?
Certainly have.
Oh, I would have thought so. Dennis would be all over this. Oh. Well,
Oh,
I don't think that's done much to help, has it?
no.
Well, it'll still be a good 4, wouldn't it?
That was an unfortunate result for her.
Sure was. The kitty went the wrong way, didn't
Mhm. Still looks like 4, possibly 5
it?
shots.
Yes. Certainly 4, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The men's has got down to the fairly interesting stage because Nathan and Andrew Howie is 2 behind. They don't have to win that game, so long as they don't, if they lose not by too much. The people who can put them out and win the section are Chris Forbes and Jai Singh,
yes.
but they're down 8-13. They need to win by 6, 7 or 8 shots and hope that Helensvale lose. Well, at the moment Helensvale are behind, but Jai and Chris are 5. They've got to catch the 5 and then 8 on top of that.
Yes, so they've picked up 4 shots there.
4 shots for the Gateway girls.
5, was it?
5, Robbie? You were watching that? Okay. 5, all right. Well, that's a decent buffer. That gives them 17-12 lead, bearing in mind that Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan, in order to be a chance of taking the section, need to win this game by 8. So they're now
5
They
ahead.
got 5.
Mhm. Yes, I'm sure both teams are well aware of what needs to be done in this
They would
game.
be. They certainly would be. They would have studied the form guide just as much as we have. And one of our lovely ladies is Annie McClure. She's saying hi, Chrissy.
Oh, hi there, Annie. I hope you're sort of recovering well. Big shout out to you.
Ellen Goff is, she's jumped up and down like a jackrabbit. She said, great pick-up Mount Gravatt. And it was indeed too, Ellen, wasn't it? That's just what the girls needed, quite frankly.
Yeah, nice start. Nice handy start from Glenys there.
Well, now that the conditions have improved a bit, you'd expect to see the heads become a little bit tighter, wouldn't you, Chrissy?
Absolutely.
Now, what have we got there that Robbie's propped up on the screen there for us? Izzy and Parry 9 against 10 shots, and that's on 10 ends.
Yeah. So Izzy and Parry from Salisbury against the
next
girls from
one,
Elliot.
Because you know the girls. Read that out.
Yep, that's
Chrissy.
Carol Broadbent and Ruth Perry from Kadanga. 9 against the girls from Silkwood in tropical far north Queensland. who are on 11.
Who are on 11. Well, I don't think they've had a win, have they? The Silkwood Girls?
Yes, they have.
Have
They
they?
had a one-shot win over Debbie Logan and Glenys Reid
Of course,
yesterday
that was.
afternoon.
Yes, yeah, of course.
So these girls, I think, are fighting out for the bronze medal match.
Okay, and there was a 12-11 score that came up there before. What do you do with that, Robbie? We didn't call that one.
No. So after the leads have played their bowls, Sue's holding shot there.
Sue's got the shot with the one behind. It's what?
It's an 8.
Oh, okay.
8 behind there.
8.
8-11.
So it's 8-11 with the, on that other rink.
So 8 to the Bribie girls.
And 11.
11 to the girls from Toowoomba.
Yes.
So the girls from Toowoomba haven't had a win so
No,
far.
they haven't.
They had a very close game in the TV game yesterday.
That's right. They've bowled okay, haven't they? And
they have.
from what I saw yesterday, I was up there checking the scores. They were going okay, but they just haven't managed to get across the line.
Yep.
But they're in front at the moment, so they'd be pretty happy to at least score one victory, wouldn't they?
I think so. Debbie's first bowl just went behind the head. I think she was looking to sit or bring Glenys's bowl up.
Yep. Here's a lovely shot
Rhonda
here.
Coming in.
Goodness me, look at that.
Making
Isn't that a great
3
shot?
shots, perhaps.
Yes,
there.
I think she's probably got the jack enough to bring that other one in.
However, it is a bit of a target for Debbie there.
Well, it is, and I've said before, and I don't know her, the lady, that well, but it was told to me that she's not bright and have a crack, Chrissy.
No, neither of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now, Sue's called Rhonda to change her hand, which is a good ploy, because I think they're holding 3, aren't they, Chris, still?
2 for sure. As we've said before, it's very hard to tell on this monitor.
I'm a betting man, and I reckon it's now. Well, it's 3. I think that bowl on the wing would count.
Yeah.
So this might, if they can manage to pick up a few here, they're going to be very pleased about that after having just dropped 5, aren't they?
Most definitely.
Because it gives them an opportunity to stay well and truly in the race.
Yes.
Well, they're not out of it by any means, but they'd probably be loving to catch 3 or 4 shots here, wouldn't they?
Yes. Well, Glenys has got her bowls coming in on the backhand there, and she can, play up, look to move it up, look to set the shot bowl or trail the jack. Debbie's got a very good bowl behind.
I suppose all these folks, we've welcomed all these people, haven't we? Shawnee Keepy, I mean, he gets a chance to watch a few of the bowls, Robbie, doesn't he? Sean, I don't think every time I've been here, he's been on board.
That might have cut it back to 2 shots there.
Yes, I'm tipping that. You're right there.
Rhonda looking to put one behind. I'm sorry, Sue.
Oh, it's sometimes when you take your eyes off the screen, sometimes you can end up calling the wrong bowler, can't you? You don't do it on purpose.
Glenys is playing this with a bit more intent.
Oh, is she indeed? Has she got the whole
Holds for bowls.
I mean, you couldn't roll a bowl through there from 8 feet away, could you?
No.
Without hitting something. Well, he's getting well away.
Trying to get behind there.
Well, it's not such a bad idea, so long as she doesn't go in the creek.
She has.
Which unfortunately she has, and with some pace too. Okay, so the Mackay girls appear to be still holding 2, and it could be a measure, but we believe it's only 2. We've been wrong before, Strawbs, haven't we?
Well,
it's just the angle. Well, that angle sort of clears it up even more, doesn't it?
yes.
You'd be convinced that it's only 2 from that shot.
Definitely.
Anyway, Debbie's got a couple of opportunities to destroy this head.
She certainly has.
And I'll tell you what, she might just be under. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Mind you, she had good weight.
Good weight to do it.
Good weight to turn it into sawdust.
I mean, if she can get that jack back there, she could, into the ditch. She's looking at 3 shots.
Well, she'd be trying not to kill it, of course, but,
Yes.
you've just got to take the bit of luck. Now, if this
Yes.
stays up, no, we can see through the window. That's gone
No,
plop as
into
well.
the ditch.
Okay, so...
Big opportunity for Debbie here.
yeah, Rhonda's still got the last bowl, though, let's remember. So Deb's having a good look at this. She's going to play the same sort of shot, just needs to correct her grass a bit,
Mm-hmm.
which I think she has.
Yes, that looks like a good
Now,
track.
we've got a right view of this. What's it look like, Bucks?
Yeah,
Bang!
fantastic.
Straight in
Yeah.
the high diddle diddle.
Yes, great bowl.
And that Robbie's gone straight for the replay. This is the technology that only Robbie Allen can do.
There it
Have a
is.
look at that.
Yeah.
She got it again. And not only that, I think she sat on top of it in the ditch, didn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Rhonda will be
Okay.
looking to cut that down to just the one
Well,
shot.
she's got to make sure that she doesn't,
Mhm.
she's still got that, no, it's not as bad as it was.
Here it
But she got
comes.
that bruise behind
Yeah.
her.
Yep.
I think she might have chopped it back to 1, has she?
Oh.
Well, it's pretty hard to tell because the kitty's actually come over here somewhere.
Yes, the kitty's over on the left-hand side of your
Yes,
screen.
it is. It's down near the Bowls logo.
Yep.
So that's another
2.
one.
Yeah,
2 it is, I believe.
they're looking at that.
Oh,
Yep.
2. They've indicated
shots.
2. Well, it's 19 now.
Yes.
1912. But there's still plenty of time for anything to happen, Chris, isn't there?
Oh,
I mean, it's only,
definitely.
we've still got 8 ends to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, either side can win by a lot or not. That's something like that. No.
So Glenys has brought the mat up again.
Yes, she
so
has. She's traditionally done that, hasn't she, going back
Yes.
this way?
Well, she's going shorter into the
She
headwind
is.
and then longer with
That's
the
it.
tailwind behind her.
that
and
makes sense, doesn't it?
it does.
It means your action on the mat's pretty much the same, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. And the weight you're trying to use. So 19-12, that gives them a 7-shot lead.
Yes.
And they're aiming to win by 8.
Now again, her weight's pretty good. It's just, the breeze isn't bringing that bowl in as she'd
Yeah,
hoped.
sure. We might have to invent something like that, Rob, where you can touch them with your pointer and chip them out the way. Wouldn't that be good if you could invent that?
Yeah, Glenys is correct.
Glenys is well, she's corrected her weight, but her line's still
Still
out
holding
there, isn't it?
Yeah, that breeze has really dropped off and just not
Sure
blowing
has.
that bowl across the head as
Sure
it
has.
has been previously.
Yeah. Sue's persevering with her forehand.
Mhm.
She's certainly out there a bit further, I think, isn't she, from the last
She
bowl?
is. And again, very good weight from
Yeah,
these
she got
girls.
good weight again, but she just left it out there, didn't she? Goodness me.
Mm,
It's certainly not easy.
no.
And of course, all the folks that play the game, and there's hundreds and hundreds of us around the world, we all know that the most difficult time to play a game as bowlers is when it's windy.
Yes.
I mean, you can put up with the rain, can't you? I mean, I don't like, I'm a bit of a sook, I don't like playing in the rain and when it's cold and you feel your fingers properly. But you put up with that if you have to, but the worst scenario is when it's windy.
When it's windy like this and it's inconsistent.
It's chopping around. And
Yes. very choppy.
You
and,
get so
and
frustrated.
Gust. Yeah, they were forecast, I think, 30 kilometre per hour winds
Yeah.
for Toowoomba today.
All right.
And you can see now, if you look at the shades behind, it's starting to blow up again.
Yep. And the flags have gone berserk again. So, oh goodness me. Anyway, it's been the most enjoyable 4 or 5 days so far of watching
Fantastic
these
bowls.
champions from all around the state strut their stuff. And win, lose or draw, they've got to be extremely proud of their efforts to even be here, Chris, haven't they?
Most definitely. Yeah, they've won many, many games to get this far.
Well, that's it. And, we talked about that earlier, and how, a lot of these teams, men's and women, they're undefeated for about 8 months.
Yes. Oh, great
Over a
bowl
period.
from Rhonda here.
That's a great shot. Well, that certainly helped a lot, didn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, I was saying before, I spent 12 months up in South. I was a member of South Suburban up in Mackay
Oh, were you?
for 12 months back in 2006. It's quite a while ago now. I ran a hotel up there for 12 months, and I joined South Suburban, but I met all of the guys, of course, including Big Alan Howard.
He's now down at Hamilton Club.
Ray Kurtz, and of course you couldn't be a member of South Suburban if you didn't know Pistol Pete.
Oh, yes.
Ray Kurtz and Steve Rodolphe, who...
Yes, he did very well over in the Everest.
He did indeed, and, there were quite a few others, and the Walshies and the crew that I met up there were all wonderful people.
Yes.
But I don't recall having met these 2 ladies. So I only played about 4 games, and the whole time I was up there I felt like a man with had his arms cut off and was not able to play bowls.
Yes.
It's a very nice part of the world up there.
Beautiful parts. Mackay holding 2 shots here.
Yes,
Glenys
they are. Rhonda's got
again
2.
holding out there.
Well, once again, they'd be desperately keen to hang on to these shots as best they can. So Rhonda's, is this Rhonda I'm talking about?
This is Sue. She's changed her hand.
Oh, okay.
Coming down,
And
adding another shot.
she's got
That's
another
3.
one there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's Glenys got on offer for us here?
Yeah, I think Debbie's just changed her hand. More opportunity on the forehand.
Well, I
to
think she's
draw
only
or
just
sit.
been trying to draw as close as she could
Mm-hmm.
to cut the count down a wee bit.
Yes.
And what's Deb's body language?
Well, she should be pretty happy with that
Oh,
one.
well, I
It's a
think
lovely bowl from
Yeah,
Glenys.
that's tremendous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you're 3 down and you managed to, at the state of the game too, let's not forget, you managed to draw a lovely shot like that. Puts the onus back on Mackay, doesn't it?
Definitely.
I don't see this being too far away. We can't quite get a proper view on it. It's a bit
that
of
one
a shame.
just held out a bit
Yeah.
on her. Come into a good spot behind
It's in a
though.
good home, yep.
Mm.
Kind of get the feeling that I don't think Rhonda's going to be short here. I think she'd be trying to sit that bowl through, I would think.
She would want to sit it through and stay.
Of course, and there's always an opportunity where she could get a click off her bowl coming in.
Yes.
So she's got a couple of options there.
I mean, Debbie would be looking to come in and perhaps just trail that jack a fraction.
Well, if she could move it across to the right, she'd be laughing, wouldn't she?
Absolutely.
Now, Rhonda's knocked
Oh,
her.
look, that wind stopped and
Yeah.
that bowl is just going to head across
So
the
she's
head
had the right sort of weight there
She
too,
did.
hasn't she, to create. We
Yes.
predicted that she would certainly be reaching.
Yeah. Rhonda playing a bit more weight onto this.
And she's just going to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's scattered a few behind, isn't it?
Yes.
Deb's got to be a little bit careful because she'd be looking for an extra bit of grass here, considering what her first
Yes,
bowl is.
and
She
she doesn't
certainly
want to-
doesn't want to touch that one.
No, doesn't want to turn that outside.
Touch that one on the make. I don't think she's got enough weight to do any damage, even if she does touch it.
But very
Just
good. She's
rocked
now
it.
got first and third shot.
First and third. So what's Rhonda going to try now? Something similar? Yes, she's got better grass. She's a bit too wide. She might need to bounce
Well,
off
she's
something
taken
here.
a bit of weight off this.
Oh, this could be all right.
Yes.
Click, run,
Oh,
bang. Wow, what a great shot. And
very
that's
good
definitely shot, I would think. No more to come. The ammo's all been expended. The guns have been put away.
shot. Looking at second.
And it's
one shot.
One to the girls from Mackay, which makes it 13-19.
And reduce that margin
And
back
reduces
to
the
6.
mark back to 6. That's right.
So 8 is the magic number on that ring.
Yes, I think 8 means that they become dead level. I'll just confirm that for you. 8 means that they would end up both with 2 wins plus 13.
Yes.
If I can confirm that. Oh, what's happened? Oh, it's over there on that bloody table there, I think. Well done, Chris. I think that's the stuff I need. Yes, that's it.
There you are.
Thanks, up. Where are we? Just confirming. Yeah, see, Debbie Logan and Glenys Reid are on 2 points plus a margin of 5, as it stands from yesterday. 2 plus 5. And Sue and Rhonda were on 4 points plus 21. So the differential means that if we add 8 shots...
Very nice start from Glenys Reid there.
Oh, there's a good shot. Yes, you've just called that. So plus 8 shots to the Gateway girls would give them 4 plus 13. And 8 shots off that would end up with the Mackay girls 4 plus 13. So the differential is 8. So anything either way from that, if they win by 8, that means they've got to go to percentage calculations. If they win by 9, they win the section.
Correct.
If they only win by 7, then Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng will hold on.
Correct.
So that's the equation for you, folks. I think we mentioned that before, but just to reiterate in case the new people come along.
2 good bowls from Glenys there, holding 2 shots.
Well, that's 2 beauties, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. And these ladies, Glenys and Debbie, didn't get here on a gift, did they? They had to beat Jessica...
Jessica Alphabet.
Alphabet and
Chloe Stewart.
Chloe Stewart in order to get here. Chloe, of course, will be back on Wednesday for the singles.
She will.
Oh, whoops, that's a slips no go, that one, isn't it?
Debbie would be looking to put one just behind
Yes,
here.
you would. You'd certainly think so. She'd like to count, but she'd
Count
like
and
to
cover would be perfect.
Yeah, wouldn't that be good? No, we can't see where it's going to land.
No.
Goodness me, Sue's right in the way. I still can't see what happened with the bowl. I think it might be just near her knee, is it?
Her left knee.
Yeah,
There we are.
it is now.
That's a very good bowl. She's done exactly that.
Yeah, well, she's covered. She hasn't counted, but she's covered, I
Well,
think.
she might have counted there.
Do you think so?
Again, yeah.
It's too hard to tell, isn't
what
it?
we look at on the screen, very difficult to tell those ones. Now, she'd probably be looking to get a little bit further back.
Well, I think at this stage of the game, they might consider 2 shots to be a comfortable hold, without trying to get too ambitious on the one end and broaden the head up.
That's right. And
Yeah. See, it's only, 1.5 bowl target there, really, isn't it?
yes.
Not much more
And
than that.
in the conditions we've got today, it can
course.
be a very hard target to hit.
Exactly, yeah. So they might, I'm not saying they would sit back and say, well, look, 2's good enough, but they'd be very careful not to try and pattern up the head, surely. So
Sue coming down.
she's going to be very much
wide. She's
wide
going
here.
behind again. No, I think they've got 3 shots there.
Do you? You believe that other one counts?
Yes, I do.
You're looking through the window. I think you might be right. Okay, so
Glenys is going for cover.
yes,
She's
well, she's gone so much for cover. She's probably.
she wants her bowl to
I
stop.
think she needs. She's going to put it on the ditch.
It has
Oh
stopped.
no, it has stopped.
Yes.
So it's definitely 2 shots, and Christina believes it's 3, and
Yes, and then that's Sue's bowl going behind
nothing
again.
happened there.
Yeah, that's where the danger is. Debbie's pointing that out
Yep.
to Glenys.
Well, I think she's got the right territory, hasn't she?
She has.
For the sort of shot that Debbie was calling, because
That is a very good
well,
bowl
that's
there.
that's
Yeah.
exactly where she had her
Yeah.
cloth.
Yep.
Well, that's,
She probably, if she'd put another couple of feet on that one to match that back bowl, or just get a little bit behind it.
yeah, for sure. If you look at the way from where we're sitting, where the shot bowl is and where the kitty is, you would think that those two, the 2 closest bowls in catching position, that the jack might bounce off them. Do you think, if any weight was applied? Or this
might
is getting a bit
slide,
too
yeah.
technical, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a bit hard for us to tell
Yeah.
the angles here. Yeah,
Anyway, we're going to find out at the moment
Yep.
because there's contact here.
Rhonda's just looking to cut it down, so
Yeah.
certainly cut it back to 2 and expose
Okay,
the
well,
jack.
yeah, that's giving her an option to play a decent bit of weight here, because she could go bang bang and get them both, couldn't she?
Yes.
Maybe no jack going anywhere. Anyway, it's up to them. This is the 15th end. Robbie's been very peaceful this morning. He hasn't jumped up. He hasn't pushed buttons there. I think he's been pretty happy.
It's another one in the area.
Well, that's right, but it's sort of. I think that you'll find Rhonda's going to have a bit of a punch at this.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Oh, she's out there pretty well. She's going to
Is it going to
turn
for
back
her?
in time. She's probably not.
Played that with lovely.
Oh,
Mackay.
she did. I mean, she just rattled in amongst those with that sort of weight. She had a chance of staying there, didn't she, Chris?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Debbie's got an option on the. She's playing backhand there, is she?
Well, I think that's probably what I'd be looking at doing. She's just got to just come up and nestle into those.
Mm-hmm.
Nestle into those. They're all
Yes.
hers there, aren't they?
They are.
Has she got the weight to get inside that one? Oh, that's
Not
a lovely
quite,
try,
yeah.
isn't it? I'm sure that's what she was trying, just to get a little bounce off that front one and nestle in amongst the ones she had.
Definitely.
Okay, well, that's 2 more. So that's
21-13.
21-13. Oh, is it? Or is it 20? Well, they
19.
led,
Was it 1 or 2?
well, they led 17-12, didn't they?
And 19-12.
I think it should be 21, don't you? I don't know. We'll have a look at the
Yeah,
board.
it was 1912. I mean, on our monitor, it looked like it was 2 shots. They haven't put the score up on the scoreboard.
Okay, well, if they haven't put the score up, we can tell you
Yep.
that it should
okay.
be.
Robbie's adjusted
It's
the
21-12. 21-12 it is if they haven't put the last 2 up.
21-3.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, they might not put the last 2 ends up.
Yep.
My eyes aren't good enough. The 13, so it's 21-13. Okay.
So that's 8 shots.
That's the 8 shots they need with 6 ends to go.
Yeah. 8 shots to go back to percentage.
Percentages. 9 shots will give them the section. 7 shots won't be enough. So here comes Glenys again. She's already holding the shot. She's now... Oh, she's got a lovely bowl here. She's got a front toucher.
Yes.
Oh,
Glenys
how?
has played fantastic the last couple of ends.
She has. She was the one who started the whole program, Chris, because right from the opening end, she was the lady who latched onto it first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now that the conditions are a wee bit better, she's just got better.
Yes, and she's adjusted a line perfectly. The other end coming back this direction, she was just having a little trouble finding a line and getting bowls to come in.
Colin Hayes has joined us again. He's our regular horse trainer. Not the same one, of course. Okay, so the Gateway girls are be very happy at this moment, holding 2. Debbie's elected her forehand. She appears to have pretty decent weight
She
too,
does.
Chris.
She's got another good
She
bowl
sits on that
coming
back
in
one. She
here.
won't be too disappointed, will she? No, that's a good shot.
So holding 3 shots
and
there.
that counts, yep. So Rhonda's got to produce the goods here, and she's going to try and cut the count down. If you get as close to the shot bowl as she can. What's she hanging out there? Is she got to...
Yes. It's certainly not playing as it was earlier on that hand.
No. Well, I don't think that makes any difference to the score. Sharon Johnson says, beautiful to watch. Well, it could refer to a number of things, couldn't it?
Yeah, Debbie's changed her hand here.
Yeah, she's changed that. Okay, well, that counts as well.
Yes.
So that's 4 at the moment to the Gateway girls. So Rhonda's scratching where she's not itchy here, Chrissy. She's trying to...
She's changed a line and she's coming
she's
in
playing
there
a pretty decent shot, but she bounced off it and probably still 4 down.
Oh, yeah.
Well, certainly 3, I would think, wouldn't you?
Yes.
It's a game of twists and turns, isn't it? Actually, those 2 bowls behind that we thought were counting before, I don't know if they are. I think that last bowl of...
might be 3rd shot.
Yeah, the last bowl of Rhonda's. We're looking out the window now. That could be the 3rd shot. Anyway, we've got a few bowls to go yet. Here comes Glenys. I think she might be reasonably happy with this one.
I think Debbie looks very happy with
Yeah,
that.
well, she's clapped to give her the 2-handed overhead, so...
Definitely another counter.
Yeah. Oh, Sharon has told us that she was a member of the team from she played in the 4s here Saturday and Sunday. Sharon Johnson. Okay, well I'll just forgive me, Sharon, although I didn't meet you during the course of your visit.
So that was a very good bowl from Sue coming in there. Not quite sure whether she got second shot out of it, but
Yeah, it's
certainly
close,
cut the
isn't it?
count down.
But here comes
Glenys again.
Glenys again, and she had something to say about that.
Yes,
And
added another one.
And Debbie's very pleased with that one too.
Mm. So Rhonda's calling Sue to arrive onto that shot bowl of Glenys, looking to pop the jack back. So still a couple down there. So certainly 2 down for sure.
John and Judith Burriston asking a question of John C. Johnny's here today, of course, folks, but he's not in reaching distance now. But I'll just make a note of what your question is and pass it on to him. And get him. He'll be with us this afternoon, I think, sometime. So I'll get him to. It says, "Hi, John. Are you coming for December 4th? 3 spots left." So I'll just make a note of that, and I'll pass it on to him, folks.
So no change after that bowl of Debbie's. Here comes Rhonda. She's playing this with intent.
Oh,
Very good bowl.
oh, look at that.
And
Yeah, that's throwing the cat amongst the pigeons,
Yes.
because that could mean she's got a few there, I think.
yeah, they're just looking to
Okay.
see whether the jack's still in bounds.
Okay.
The boundary marker is actually between the 2 lines on the green there, so a little harder to determine whether the jack's in or out.
So I've just written that question down for you, John and Judith, because your comment will eventually disappear off the screen. I don't want to forget. 3 spots left. Okay. I'll hand that on to Johnny when I see him. Is that John C. or Jim you're talking about? Jim's the one that's here with us, not John. It is Jim, isn't it? Jimmy C. That's here
Jim
with us.
C is here
Not
with
John.
us.
Yeah.
a member of our-
Well, they might have mistaken that as well. They said, "Hi, John C." Unless they're talking to John directly in the link.
Maybe.
I might have buggered this up completely. To be nothing new for me. Okay, Chrissy's out of her chair because the ladies are
You're just trying to see.
trying to get they've jumped in our line of vision. We can't, because Robbie's not here, we haven't got the technology to angle the camera around to show you where the jack is. Just happens to go away at the wrong time, doesn't he?
Yeah, so they're just trying to work out with that last bowl of Rhonda's. Yep, 1 shot to Mackay.
One of the Mackay girls. Well, we'll have to rely on Robbie to come back and fix that up. So that makes it, what, 14-21?
14-21, 7
What's it
shots
telling
the
that?
difference.
He's gone out for a bag, I think, after 16 ends.
Yes.
16 ends, 14-21. And when Robbie, well, I don't know what's happened to Brian Marshall either. He's bolted, hasn't he?
Yes, we haven't seen him for a while.
Well, it's time. It's time for me to. I'm going to stay here with you, but it's time for me to do a runner upstairs for the men's scores. So I'm certain I don't want to leave you here on your own because the whole shebang. If something happens,
If anything technical happens, I would be useless.
Mate, I'm the same.
We need Robbie back.
well, I'm the same. I've got no idea how all this crap works. I just sit here and call it.
I'm not going to touch anything either.
Neither am I, and he won't let you. He'd just about shoot you if you started meddling with all these bloody iPods and cables and God knows what else. And don't ever call him Robert. Oh, I thought he was going to knock me out yesterday. He said, only my mother's allowed to call me Robert. Someone tell us Elliot Head scores. We'll do our best for you, Bob.
Elliot Heads.
Now, Chrissy knows the ladies, and that's Lorraine Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell, and they're on rink.
Well, according to the scoreboard, they're 15-14 up on 14 ends, but I know they've just won that end because the Elliot Heads ladies
has put the mat down. Yeah, right. So they're leading 15-14, Bob, and
a little bit more than that.
And a few more shots to go on, we believe. So, can you see how many ends they've played, Chrissy?
They've played, well, it's 14 on the board, so it would be 15.
15 ends. Okay, so you've got 6 to go there, Bob. And the Elliot girls, Heads girls, appear to be leading by certainly 1 and more. And all they need to do, as you'd be aware, is all they need to do is win this game to win the section and play off for the gold medal.
So Robbie's back now. So
we can all breathe a sigh of relief.
So we'll be able to switch the camera
14-21 on 16.
So we can have a good view of the head up there. But it does look as though Glenys might be holding shot for Mount Gravatt.
Well done, buddy. Well, I think it's... I don't know what's happened to Brian. I think he might have gone down the street to get Robbie a pie.
It's the time. A bit early for pies.
Oh, no, it's never too early. Robbie eats them 24 hours a day. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I mean, he nearly crashed the car because he had to drive past a pie shop. It's not something he's done very often.
Very good bowl from Rhonda there.
Okay, so that's, I think that's indicated.
Holding shot, possibly 2 shots.
I think there was indications from Debbie was 2 down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to... Oh, if it had chopped under that, it might have been handy.
Still in bounds behind.
Yep. So it's 2 shots, we believe, to Mackay ladies. And Debbie will certainly be trying to do something here because they lead by 7 at the moment. They need to win by 8, as we've said many times. Now, she looks fairly handy here, Chrissy. What do you think?
A better line on this one.
She's got a lovely shot here. If she bounces off that, she has.
Well,
that's, she'd breathe a sigh of relief, wouldn't you? Because she didn't have much room for error there because she had to miss that bowl coming in, didn't she?
And looks like she's holding 2 shots.
Well, I think there's another bowl back there somewhere.
There is. Her first bowl's back there. Looks like it's counting.
It stayed on, but I think it's fairly well to the right, isn't it? Or is it? I think it's over here, is it? Just behind the... Yeah, there it is, popping up behind the Bush Rangers sign. But that's, we believe, to be the second shot. But there's heaps of room to draw the second, isn't there? And there's enough room to draw the shot. So here comes Rhonda. She's favouring her forehand, which I thought she might have done. And she's out there pretty well. It all depends on her weight now because she should get back from where she is. And
the way that wind's blowing, it should be pushing it in there.
And Sue's got the double-handed clap, but she just didn't quite...
Certainly second shot there.
Well, that's for sure. That's what's to coin a phrase that...
for sure.
that Brian Marshall uses consistently. It's a good shot there, that's for sure. You get him to listen to this. Okay, Robbie's got the scores up there for... Chrissy, call if you want to call, because you know the girls better than me.
Yes, the Elliot Heads, as we said before, Elliot Heads 15 against Salisbury on 14 on 14 ends, but we do know
that hasn't been updated.
It hasn't been updated.
There's the next one. What have we got there? Someone's got 13.
Yes, Silkwood have got 13 on... No. They're
I see.
13-10 up anyway. Playing the girls
And
from...
there's another one.
Playing the girls from Kadanga.
15-12, is it?
So the girls from Brubby Island are 15-12 up on Toowoomba.
Right. Okay, so back to our televised match.
Mm-hmm.
And there's plenty of room to draw something here, but it's making it fairly difficult because the kitty's been moved fairly well back, hasn't it?
It has.
Well,
Oh, good bowls from Glenys.
yeah, that's come back.
Holding 3 shots there.
3 now, is it, you think? Yes, I think you
Well,
could
the
be right.
monitor's telling me 3.
Yeah. Sometimes we're not going to believe the monitor.
I know.
But, you know, the folks at home would understand what we're going through because they're looking at exactly the same picture that we are, so they can make their opinion as well.
That's right. They've just updated the...
There was a 13 all there.
13 all. That was the Kadanga playing the Silkwood girls, so all square on 16
Oh,
ends.
what's happened here? There's been a bit of a crunch and whack through there.
Oh, well, Rhonda's got a very good result out of
she
that.
did. She bounced off about 3 bowls on the
Yes.
way up.
Rolled in
and
for shot.
I think that's the shot now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, 1, 2,
2.
and I thought she was going to hit that other one. And she's come up into the...
Well, what do they say? Bowls is line, length and luck.
Oh, that's
the 3
for sure.
L's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never get those sorts of shots if you're not up, do you?
No.
Now, look at this.
Debbie looking to respond.
Oh,
and
they've
has
responded in sensational fashion. Well, that didn't last long, did it, Rhonda? That was take a photograph of that shot and see you later.
Yes.
It's gone and out.
Anything Rhonda can do,
Well,
Debbie
I
can do better.
yeah. Now, I don't know whether she's made 2 here. I think she probably has.
Looks like 2.
Because Glenys's bowl. Look out, Rhonda's come up with another scud
Yes.
missile and nothing's happened. And
Yeah,
they're
she
picking
just-
up ammo out of the ditch now. My best bet would be that the wing bowl of Glenys's might be the second shot as well.
Yes, it looks like that visually and on the screen.
Okay, so Glenys is just sort of giving Debbie some indication as to what might happen.
Yeah, she's got opposition bowls coming in on both hands, so it's
Well, she
really what
has,
she
but-
feels most comfortable playing.
She's played a pretty narrow line, so
Looking to beat that bowl.
well, if she beats
opposition
that other
bowl
one
on the
there,
left, yeah.
she's going to sail through.
Yeah.
And she's gone drinking into the drink. So there's one. And Glenys is, I think she's pretty keen on this because she's gone straight for the measure,
Mm-hmm.
as you would anyway. And she's gone back to her own bowl, I think. And she doesn't need any help to reach. And that's, and she's gone over to this one as well. Okay. Well, now that's pretty close, isn't it? I think
I think it was 2 shots.
Sue indicated 2 down, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? Well, that's what we're debating. I'm not too sure whether they thought that was the second shot over there. Now, are they going to... No, they're not. No, that's for sure. All right, well now, can I make a dash upstairs to do this men's scores? Hmm?
Give them 1 until we get.
All right. You'll be right, Straubs. You're as good as gold, aren't you?
Yeah, just send down Brian or...
All right.
Made on. Glenys has started off very well here. Yeah, Sue's bowl's getting just held out by that breeze coming across. Another good bowl from Glenys, just behind the head, holding 2 shots. Rhonda likes this one coming in. Very good bowl from Sue. Touches the jack. Looks like she's holding shot. The wind's gusted up again, just looking across at the scoreboards, and some of the numbers are flipping over in the wind. That just gives you an idea of the strength of the gusts and what they've got to cope with out there. And I'd like to welcome Brian Marshall back.
Hey, Chrissy.
Hey, Brian.
What have you done since I've been away? My godfather. The score was nice and close. I've just been up watching some of the men's matches up there, and absolutely, again, a dead set credit to the players up there exposed to that breeze, and the heads up there, Chrissy, are just absolutely outstanding.
Yes, and it's more exposed up there. You know, they've got a lot to cope with the conditions today.
Absolutely first-class bowls, and absolute credit to these great champions, the way they're playing, that's for sure, and handling the conditions. It's an absolute credit to them all. So, and just looking up there, I can assure you that the combination that's playing Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie are about 4 or 5 in front, if I remember correctly. So
that's Rob Capelli from the Summit.
Yes.
Yes.
So playing great bowls, the pair of them up there. Just as I was about to leave, Andrew and Nathan were holding about 3 or 4 shots, and Drew the absolute, an absolutely magnificent bowl. Absolutely magnificent. So it's great to watch. So just wanted to go up there and watch a bit of the men for a little while. So thank you very much for you and Gary doing a great job down here.
Oh, our pleasure.
It's really great to be able to get this great game of ours out to so many people, isn't it? So many people watching from all the way around the world, and it's just absolutely it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, and we've got quite a few viewers watching live, but a lot of people at the end of the day will put the live stream or the stream on and watch it in the comfort of their lounge rooms in the evening.
Absolutely, Chrissy, I couldn't agree more with that. Yeah, no, it's fantastic to get it out there and let all our viewers see these great champions come from all over Queensland. As we all know, it started at club level, and they had to win their club, then they had to win their district, and then they had to win their zone. So wonderful achievement to even make it this far, let alone be in the running for a gold medal or a silver or a bronze. So it's a great achievement, that's for sure.
That's right, and I know at our club we play our club championships right at the beginning of the year, so it goes for a long time.
As we see, a nice bowl there too from Glenys, but just
she's
just cutting her grass,
just
cutting her grass slightly there with that one. But the weight again was absolutely beautiful there, Chrissy. So we see some Sue about to play the forehand also too, by the looks of it.
Yes.
So got it pretty well grasped by the looks of it. She's interested in having a look at this one. So coming in just nice. You just got to set this bowl here.
Nicely, yes.
Just got to set it clean. She has. That's a beautiful bowl.
Yes, for shot.
Yeah. No wonder she was looking at it. She liked that, but the moment it left her hand. So.
Just to update you on the score here, we were uncertain as to how many shots were collected by Mount Gravatt on the last end, so Robbie's added 1 to the scoreboard to make it 22, but it could possibly be 23 shots to 14.
Okay,
We're
fair
just
enough.
waiting.
They haven't done the board yet. So.
No.
See, not a bad bowl there by
good bowl by
Glenys,
Glenys.
that's for sure.
In actual fact, you see Glenys's bowls there. Like, I mean, on a day like today, you'd take all those 4, wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
She's been extremely consistent in
she's-
these conditions.
She's led very well, that's for sure. And both of course, Debbie Logan, no slouch whatsoever neither.
Not
So,
at all.
so pretty good comment. Oh, don't touch it. Oh, that's a bit unlucky there.
That is unlucky.
That's unlucky.
So
She just sliced that, and she's probably 3 down
three
there.
down, yes.
By the looks of that, so a little bit unlucky there. But so she said, if she got it clean, she had 2 shots. But that's what happens in this game of ours. If you're going to get them, you've got to get them in the middle, kiddo, don't you?
Yes, we were saying just a little earlier that bowls is about the 3 L's, line, length and luck.
Yes, no, I know lucky bowls, love. It's pure skill. Never seen a lucky bowl yet.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Your bowl's never reached the head, Brian.
Well, Robbie, mate, that's the trouble with you young guys. You've got no idea how to play this game. So I continually tell you, mate, you can't be knocked up if you're not short, son. We see Debbie playing her backhand. I think her grass line could be a little bit under with this one. But again, her
Yes.
weight's pretty good, though, Chrissy, by the looks of it.
weight's very, very,
Very
good.
good.
and
See, that wind's just dropped a little bit
It
there now
has.
too, so it's making. And that's the fact. I was talking to a few of the men up on top, and they said it's actually dropped a little bit up there, and I can assure you that it's still quite strong.
Very blustery.
But I can assure you that the good bowl there just
mighty
didn't get it fat. So, but they've been playing some great bowls up there, but. Few of the bigger names up there are really struggling with grass lines. I'm telling you, they're. I think the wind has got in their head.
And the top green here at North Toowoomba is running 1 or 2 seconds faster than this bottom green, so that makes it much more interesting to
It
play in the
certainly
wind.
does. We see a better line here from Debbie Logan.
Oh, yes.
It's a beautiful bowl. Again, her weight is absolutely spot on. No, that's a beautiful
Very
bowl there
nice
by Debbie.
bowl.
Well, that's the shot. So that's you can't play much better than that. That's for sure. So as we see Rhonda now just trying to correct. And again, she's got a very good line on this. Oh no, it's starting to turn early. Oh, it's just turned early. That's no good. Yes. So that'll probably be 3 or 4 pickup there, I assume. There, Chris, by the looks of things.
Definitely.
Oh, that's going to help, isn't it?
That's got 3. It's got to be 4 by the looks of that from here anyway. But
Don't let the screen fool you.
don't let the screen. I know the camera's a fair way behind the rink. It's a trick that Robbie does to us all the time.
He does.
Sits there with a big smile on his face, he does. So anyway, we'll see. The girls will sort this one out. So that's a very handy pick-up anyway at this stage of the game for the Mount Gravatt combination. So
Yes, to pick up a multiple like this on the 18th end, when you're looking to make a number, yes, that's definitely the 4 shots to them. Well, it's goodbye from me for now. I'll put Gary back on.
Chrissy, what a pleasure it has been having you here, and hopefully we can get you back later on. And if we don't, but you have a wonderful birthday, my dear. Always good to see you, Chrissy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we see that's a good pick up there, a 4. So Robbie thinks it was 2 last end. So and we welcome back our main man that's running around doing all the running and doing all the stuff. And best part about it, mate, is that he doesn't even need the oxygen bottle.
No,
Welcome back, Gary Thomas.
I've run out of smokes, that's why. Thanks, Brian, and thanks again. I heard you say to Chrissy she's done a terrific job. Now, I'll try and give you the update of the men's, which is developing into a very interesting thing, but we'll keep our eyes on what's happening here.
Well, here we have Glenys playing her backhand once again. So, yeah, just see what they're doing.
Well, that's a
Robbie just
wonderful
going for a look.
start.
That's a beautiful start there.
Have a
by
look at
Glenys. Beautiful start there by Glenys.
Just quickly, I'll give you one game at a time.
Yep.
Up at the men's, it's Josh Fisher and Dave Williams, 15, and Jason Walford and Mitch Stiles are 30 after 18 ends.
Bit of a breakaway there, Gary.
Yes.
We see a good-looking bowl here from Sue, just a little bit wide, but length wasn't too bad. So really, what's got to happen here is that
Well, the girls from the Gateway, and we've already told you, need to win by 8, so they're 13 up now with 3 hands to go.
Oh, yeah.
So they're feeling probably a little more comfortable now.
Yeah.
In other men's matches, Wally Clyden and Kerry Ollett, 8. John Newell and Jason Moore are 15 after 14 ends. Now, John Newell and Jason Moore are leading that section. If they win that match, they're going to win the section. They'll be playing off for gold.
Fair enough, mate.
So they're 7 shots ahead, but they've still got 7 ends to go.
Okay, so we've got Glenys' next bowl just coming in behind the head. A beautiful line once again. Beautiful line. But just a little bit long, but a very handy home there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see Rhonda play this one here. She's playing a forehand again. She's just got to beat this bowl just in front of the kitty of Glenys'. I'll tell you what, she's not going to be far away. Probably just her weight's going to let her down slightly, but beautiful try. Magnificent bowl there.
Yeah, well, that's in a good catching position, isn't it?
No, that's for sure. So what's happening with the last game?
Well, the other men's section is John Martin and Craig Hall are 21, leading Chris Forbes and Jai Singh 14. And that's after 17 ends. Now Chris and Jai were the two bowlers that had an opportunity to win the section if they won by about 8 and Helensvale lost.
Very cracking game that those.
Yeah, well, they're 7 down, so they're a bit behind the 8 ball at the moment. But having said that, Nathan Rice and Andrew Howie are 13, and Darren Stanley and Rob Capelli are 18.
Yes, very interesting.
On 18 ends. So that sort of throws it into the mix a bit, doesn't it?
Definitely does, my friend. We see a good-looking bowl here from Glenys once again. No, it's not Glenys. I should say Debbie. Debbie Logan, of course. Sorry, I was just looking at Glenys and said that. But beautiful line there. Just probably a couple more feet of weight, that's all. So we see Rhonda just trying to set this front bowl. I tell you what, she's just going to cut at the last minute. Very good try there, though. Very good weight for what she was after, that's for sure. She's just trying to set that bowl, sit and stay, maybe even just touch Kitty, bring it back to that back bowl there of Sue. So we got some... see what Debbie plays this time. She's only just got to correct by a couple of feet. Yes, some very interesting scenarios there, Gary, that's for sure. So anyway, we'll see what happens towards the end of the game. It's nearly the business end, so we'll tell you the updates when we know them, ladies and gentlemen, when the match committee give them to us. So we'll tell you who's playing what.
We can only make certain assumptions, can't we, as to what we think might happen.
That's for sure, mate. If we see that bowl there of Glenys finishing right on the line, so it covers up the jack slightly. Maybe not count, but I tell you what, got a good-looking bowl here from Rhonda. How's her weights coming in?
It's just going to be a bit over the top, I think.
Just a tad over. Probably a good second shot there, though, Gary. So
I think you're right about that.
So she's cut the damage down by the looks of that. So very good bowl, that's for sure. Very good bowl.
But Glenys from Mount Gravatt Club, there, she's holding the shot, and they'd be more than happy with that.
Yes, particularly this end of the game. Like this is the 19th end of a 21 end game, so there's only a couple of ends to go after this.
And
they've got a very commanding lead at this particular stage. And credit to the girls the way they've played in these very tiring conditions. That's for sure. They've played absolutely magnificent bowls. We've got the finals to bring you this afternoon, so I look forward to doing that for you, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you really have a luncheon break and have a nice cup of tea, and look forward to your company when this game's over and done with to bring you the game. As we see a nice looking bowl here from Glenys. She's just got to sit this back one. Oh, she's just around, a bit unlucky there. She probably looking for just another bowl in the head there for Debbie. So these two have combined very well, Gary, haven't they, when you look about it?
Well, they have, and the standard of bowls generally right throughout the game is improved as they've gone along, as we expected it would when that breeze dropped off.
No, that's for sure, mate. That's for sure. It's been absolutely first class. So, very good try there by Sue. Just missed the kitty. Any movement on that kitty there would have been very beneficial with her other blue bowl just back there.
She's got a couple of others back there, isn't she, waiting?
No, that's for sure.
Well, that's what I think you'll find that.
Well, there would have been three shots there, Gary.
Glenys will be trying to cover that back area, surely.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder why she didn't play the backhand.
Ooh, didn't want to touch that too much. So she's got a few good little catches there, and that's a bowl that she could probably work off now too, in actual fact. So anyway, we'll see what Sue plays here. It's probably going to stick to a forehand. She wasn't far away, but any movement on the kitty, and wow, that's probably 4 shots made if she sticks with it. And tell you what, she's got a nice grass line with this one too. How's her weight? Looking pretty good, isn't it?
I think she might be just tucking under the front one, is she? Yeah, she is. Well, that's not. Yeah. Well, I think that's Debbie. I think that's Debbie Logan's bowl.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yes, that's one of Debbie's bowls there,
I'm
Gary.
not sure if she's turned it up into the count or not, but
could be. I'm not too sure from here, mate. I don't think so.
Well, I guess it's. I'm not in the position to say what shot you should be playing, but I would have thought that Debbie might have been attempting to tell Glenys to play her backhand and try and match those two dark blue bowls behind.
Well, we'll see what Debbie plays.
She's not doing that. Well, that's okay. Everyone sees it differently, don't they?
That's for sure. So they've done pretty well so far, the way they're going, haven't they, mate?
So it's at the stage of the game where I quite use the phrase quite often, it's safety first, isn't it?
Well, yes, that's true, though, Gary. We see probably just a bit wide for what she's after. But that's probably the weight she's after, Gary, to sit those, just to break up that pack there.
Land in front of them there somewhere.
Yeah, just to break up that pack that's there, that's accessible to this Mackay combination. I'll tell you what.
I think she's knocked the head off this, unless she's going to get 1 and 2.
Anything can happen here, though.
Well, that's made it even shotter.
Yes, it has. It's made it a bit harder to get to, that's for sure.
It has.
So we see, wouldn't be surprised Debbie coming down to have a bit of a look.
Well, she probably, like if she thinks that the head has been altered too much, she would want to come and have a look, but it's only just the fact that her own bowl's just got knocked up.
Yeah, but there's a good shot there of the head there. It's really not a bad head, Gary, when you look at it.
No, it is. It's good, Brian, and that's the beauty of the camera that we have
over in that angle,
parked on the side of the green to give you an angle shot from side on.
We see pretty well grassed here, mate, depending upon her weight.
Debbie done here? Oh, crikey, she's not going to move the jack, is she? No. Well, that's
a great bowl.
That's exactly where she needs to finish, I would have thought.
Yeah, that's a great bowl there, Gary.
And we held our breath a little bit, wondering whether she's going to drag the jack. I thought to get to that position would have been better on the other hand.
Yeah, no, she played it absolutely beautifully.
Because that's where she needed to be.
Yeah, very hard one to dislodge.
Roughly in that area.
Very hard to dislodge. I guess what Rhonda's got to play, she's got to play weight onto that bowl, that shot bowl.
Well, I think she's going to get back with this one, do you?
Anything can happen with this one. Not quite.
Not enough. Okay, it's another one to
the Mount
another
Gravatt.
one to Mount Gravatt. And looking at the front one too, I don't think you'll get that one, Glenys, but you can try.
Yep.
They're dancing around. The next part of like the Pride of Erin, isn't it?
Just the one.
Just the one. So that makes it 28.
28-14, Gary, with 2 ends to play.
It's slipping away.
This next end could be the last end, Gary. Well,
that'd be right.
So we've seen some great bowls here this morning, so it's just a bit of an appetizer on how good the afternoon games are going to be and the finals. And we won't know final scores until the match committee sit down and work out all of the adjustments and everything. But
and further to that too, Brian, we don't even know what game, whether we're doing ladies or men's. Is it this afternoon? Do you know, Robbie?
We'll find out later. Yeah, we're not too sure, but the match committee will be talking with us later, so we'll announce that when we start.
Well, I reckon I'm a fair judge of which one it'll be. Anyway.
But anyway, we got
nothing for the press.
Good-looking first-up bowl there from
Glenys's
first bowl. Absolutely outstanding.
She's gone bang here. She said, "Well, I'm not letting this game slip."
Yes, no, that's for sure.
Said, "Cop that."
No, lovely first-up bowl there, just in behind the head and right on the line. So
Sue's come in and she's left hers out there a little bit wide.
So Glenys, of course, just playing her second bowl here.
She's Glenys, is, in my opinion, has been the lady who's been the most consistent right throughout the entire game.
She's played.
She's played another great shot here.
Yeah, beautiful correction there once again, mate. Right on the line once again, Gary, just in front of the kitty.
Well,
but
Glenys is the one who picked it up first, right from the opening bounce.
Yeah, she has too, mate.
She's the one who was getting all over it.
But it's like this, like most of the games we have in this great game of ours, Gary. The lead sets it up for you.
Of course.
It's quite good, isn't it? You know what I mean? But I reckon this will probably be the last end. So.
Well, in the teams, I think you're right about that too. But in a teams event, the first person selected to lead, isn't it?
Yep.
By the skip.
Yeah.
The skip selects each lead. But the lead, when you get a lead bowler, you not always get the shot, but if he's around about all the time and playing the sort of bowls that are conducive to making a good head, well...
That's ever so true, and like here again, the head's been set up just nicely by Glenys for Debbie, but I'd say at this stage anyway, I reckon this will probably be the last end by the looks of it, and most of the other games getting to the conclusion end also too, Gary. So
you're right about that, because no amount, unless they got an 8,
yes,
which they're not going to, put them on 22, they'd still be 6 behind.
Yes, right, mate. Yeah. Yeah, of course they'll look at the differential for the bronze playoff, mate. They might have to play it out.
They will. They will have to.
Well, yes, they have 2 wins.
I think that was mentioned by Jimmy C yesterday, that they had to play it.
Just a little bit of weight on that one, unfortunately. So.
Okay, so Debbie's turned her back on this one. She doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's not too bad there, though, Gary. It's a bowl that's still usable. It's in behind the head, mate.
Well, it is, and she's only just a wee bit wide, isn't she?
Yeah. Rhonda just a little bit too wide with this one.
She's gone wider.
Yeah, but mate, you take your hat off to Rhonda and Sue, the way they've played though too, mate. They really have played some great bowls also too, mate.
Well, I'm not disputing that at all.
No, they really have, mate. They've played some great bowls, haven't they?
And they've won. This is the first loss they've had in 8 months.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it, mate?
I mean, you get out there and say, "You silly girls, what are you up to?"
Yeah,
they've continually won pairs games around wherever they've played.
That's ever so
in this
true.
competition for 8 months.
And just as the skips walk to the head to play, the leads walk to the head to play the next 2 bowls, just a big thank you to Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region for allowing us to showcase this wonderful event from North Toowoomba Bowls Club. So thank you very much to Bowls Queensland, a great initiative of trying to bring live streaming. As we see, Glenys just lined up there, going to play a backhand once again. Maybe, I'm not too sure, maybe looking for a bit of cover here, not 100% sure. With
I don't know whether she's waving the bowl or waving flies away.
Flies away, one of the two.
Yeah, she shows her waving it.
She's actually gone in behind the head there, which is...
Well, nothing wrong with that either, is there?
Very good bowl there. Gary got best backward there by the looks of it, mate. So Sue's going to get a perfect shot here of the side camera of Sue's delivery. And got it away pretty nicely in actual fact. So...
She going through the gap, is she?
Just going to go through the gap, mate. Yeah, just slipped through. So anyway, it's see Glenys Reid from the Mount Gravatt Bowls Club, representing the Gateway District. Done a very good job here this morning. She played very, very well. Not a bad bowl here, Gary, covering this array of shops that the opposition have got over in that corner there, mate.
Well, they got the game safely in their keeping, so
that's a very good bowl there, mate.
There's no need to start throwing extra bowls around.
No, that's for sure. So again, Sue just a little bit wide with this one. Pretty good weight for a dead draw. She finished up jack high, but. There once again, that's the difference between when the wind blows and when it stops, Gary, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Sure. But Brian, just having a look at the possible table result. Sue, as we mentioned, Sue and Rhonda have won their previous 2 games yesterday. And they had a margin of 21.
Mm-hmm.
So now 14's going to come off that. Well, as it stands at the moment, 14 shots is going to come off that. So that might not necessarily.
Yes, comes down the wire there, Gary. That's for sure.
Well,
See a nice bowl here by Debbie Logan here too. Look, she's absolutely. That's a beautiful bowl there.
Yeah, good shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful bowl.
Well, that counts, and probably the one on the right as well.
Now, Rhonda, a bit of pressure on Rhonda here because she's really got to play a saving bowl here. So, got it away all right. How's it tracking? Oh, it's just a bit wide.
Well, she's out with the chooks again.
Yeah, she's just a bit wide. But again, she had great weight though, Gary. Finished jack high. So another bowl here by Debbie. She can really put the screws in here and a bit more pressure. She puts another close one in there. Gee whiz, Rhonda will be a few down. It'll be very telling this next bowl.
Even though they're going to lose this game, I think they might still be eligible for the bronze medal playoff. That would be.
Hey, what Debbie's played another pretty good bowl here too. Is it going to finish?
Is it going to be up?
Probably in the count.
Oh.
I think they'd be holding about 6 or 7 shots there.
Well,
So
they could be 3 or 4 or 5 at least, we'd think, wouldn't you? Okay, so what's...
better line here from Rhonda. She's going to come around this front one. Oh, she's just going to crash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but tell you what, she falls
Well,
over.
she might have chopped a few out, but I think there's still 3 down, aren't they? Or probably 4.
Yeah, going to take those 2 out anyway. 1, 2.
Yeah, that one's 3.
3.
Yeah, they're looking at the back bowl of Debbie's, the grey colours. They're looking at both of them, actually, so... The idea would be to measure the front one, but that's a good girl.
That's what they're doing, that's for sure.
Well, I think Sue suggested that.
Yeah, it looks that way, Gary, that's for sure.
I'm just agreeing with her. So there's the measure going on the front one of Rhonda's, and even from the bend in the tape, I think that doesn't count.
It's in.
That appears to be in, and I'm suspecting so is this one here.
Mm-hmm.
Now this could be a big score. I'm not sure. And the one in the front's not out of the question either.
They're going for
It
it.
is now.
Yeah.
Are they going to measure the back one? No, they've clearly decided that's not part of the deal.
Mm.
So that's another 4.
So that's 32 to 14.
That's that's curtains, isn't it? But like I've just said, a defeat by with the Mackay girls might not be disastrous. It certainly doesn't enable them to play up a gold or silver, but still in the mix for the bronze. It all depends on the result of the Kandanga. Now, if we can get some scores there, we might be able to Kandanga against Silkwood. I think that would probably get that whenever you're ready. We'll get that.
Yep. See, Glenys has rolled a reasonably, nowhere near 3/4 length, but probably a shortish type of an end here. So, one thing that suppressed me most, though, Gary, with Glenys's leading, she has varied the length of the ends they've been playing, hasn't she?
She did that initially when the wind was, she was playing long ends with the wind. Yep. And she was only playing, not much more than, certainly less than 3/4 length into the wind. Okay, now this is the Kandanga score, is it?
Yeah, 25-14.
That's the Bribey Island Toowoomba.
Oh, okay, well, they're sort of not in this particular...
Bribey Island's 25-14.
25-14 to Bribey Island there. So the next one?
Next one is Salisbury Elliott Heads.
Salisbury Elliott Heads.
Heads is leading.
Elliott Heads leading that one, 21-14. And the next one that Gary's after is 15-13. So that's very close, Gary.
Yeah, but that's not going to help anybody. If the
Silkwood in front, 15-13.
Okay, so just going back for a moment, I'll couple with what you said there. Elliott Heads are in front, you say, yes?
Yes.
Elliott Heads.
Yes.
They're in front,
21-14.
21-14, yes.
Okay, well, they look to be pretty safe. Now, they're going to, if that stays that similar margin apart, that'll give them an extra 7 shots, but more importantly, 3 wins.
Yeah, well, they're in if that's the case, yes.
So that's the 2 girls from Elliott Heads, Lorraine Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell, appear to be in a position where they'll be playing off for the gold medal. And at this point in time, it looks as though they're going to be playing well, I don't think there's much doubt anymore. They're going to be playing Debbie Logan and Glenys Reid, who are yet to complete this game. So I'm committing myself here, BM.
Oh, here we go. It's a big call.
Yeah, that's the
There's
pre-call.
one from JT.
So my best bet is that the final of the ladies' pairs will be between Debbie Logan and Glenys Reid of Mount Gravatt, and they'll be playing Lorraine Hofstetter and Wendy Campbell from Elliot Heads. I'm prepared to run with that.
Big call by GT there.
Now the silver medal, the girls that are down a fair bit here now. Well, they're down by 18. Goodness me, I didn't lose them that much. They're still going to end up with a plus margin.
Yeah, so they'll end up in the bronze medal.
As long as they don't drop another 5 or 6 here.
Yeah, well, this is the last end, so we got.
But this is where we get a bit nervous.
This is where Glenys is playing another bowl here. Sorry, I should say Debbie's playing another bowl there, and Debbie once again has played a great bowl here. She's splitting those back bowls. Again, that's very good. Thinking ahead, that's a very good bowl there by Debbie Logan. So we see Rhonda just trying to cut down the count here, and tell you what, she's looking pretty good with this one too. How's her weight? Is she going to keep running?
I don't think so.
Oh, she's going to pull up here. Going to come in front of this one? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, she's probably only 2 down now instead of 3. So the leads, again, though, going back to play their next 2 bowls, have got ample room to add to it or draw or do whatever they want. This is the last end, so it's very exciting as to see who's going to play who, but you won't know till we come back on air because we're not going to tell you because we don't know till the match committee decides it.
Well, I'm going to tell me because I'll tell everyone.
No, it's all good. So we see
the other ladies game in this particular section. They've both got minus margins. Candangra minus 21 coming into the game, and Silkwood for minus 5.
See another nice bowl here from Glenys Reid.
Yeah, that's another beauty, isn't it?
Very good bowl in there, Gary, just in behind.
Well, any contact with those front 4, it's going to rattle around. And
yeah, it could.
There's a big chance the Kitty's going to come back as well, isn't it?
No, it's ever so true, mate. So, as we see Sue just playing, I think she's a bit wide with this one, being the narrow hand of the 2. As the wind's absolutely blowing a gale now, have a go at those flags.
Well, it was earlier, but not as strong as it was before. Anyway. Just about blowing the flagpole down here at the moment. So we see Glenys is coming in again. She's just trying to get in behind there, I would imagine.
And it's a beautiful bowl here by Glenys. Once again, absolutely beautiful bowl.
Yep. Well, they're all counting. All their 4 bowls are counting.
Yep. So we see Sue now got to really rattle this cage around the front there, Gary. Maybe any contact onto her bowl. Oh, I think she could be wide again, mate.
Well, I'll be throwing a barbecue at that, wouldn't you? We'll just say, well, we've tried our hardest, we can't beat you.
Yeah.
I've had enough of this, let's go and have a drink. Whack.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the women don't play that one.
No, they don't, but they'll give one another a big hug. Look there.
Yeah, of course they will.
Debbie's cheering. Was it Debbie or Glenys?
Glenys is quite happy.
Yeah, she's jumping up and down. She knows what's going on.
Yeah, no, it's been a wonderful performance by these 2 ladies, and Glenys has set the wind up for this combination, I think, very nicely by just setting up the head just nicely for Debbie Logan, and Debbie Logan's no slouch neither.
Oh no, well Deb's been. I don't know Glenys all that well, but I know the name Debbie Logan. She's been around for a long time, and I wouldn't mind betting she's won previous championships here.
As we see a beautiful bowl here once again by Debbie, it's absolute.
Look at this. In the last 4 or 5 ends, they've picked up. Yeah, they picked up 3s and 4s at will, haven't they?
No, that's just I'm relaxed. I'm just going to draw another shot. That's confidence, Gary. You know what I mean?
And here comes poor old Rhonda. She's out with it. Oh my God, she couldn't even.
Yep. She's just a little bit too wide with that.
So disappointing for the girls because they played extremely well. They'd won their first 2 games and had a decent little margin of 21.
Yes.
And there they've just about blown it out of the water in 1 game, and they didn't deserve to because it wasn't all that long ago when they were 12 all.
That's ever so true, mate.
And
that's bowls for you, though. Probably doesn't count that one. I still think it's probably 3.
Bloody Vatican it does. I reckon he got 5.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Hello, here comes one. Don't tell me she's missed on the other hand. Well, that one's gone and
took one out.
Well, that's the final end, and there'll be a big handshake going on here, but I think Glenys Reid has already saluted the sky. She already knew that they're going to get through.
Yep.
So how many are they going to claim here?
Well, we'll find out in a minute. She's taken one out.
There's 1, 2. And the other lady, Sue's not the least bit interested.
3.
So I don't give a damn. 3 came out, and then that might be about it. But anyway, that 3 shots would give them 35. Now, that means that they've lost by 20. If that's 3, or they're still measuring, are they? Okay. If they're 3 down, it means that the Mackay girls' margin is 0, because they were leading. They had a margin of 21. So if they're down 21 in this game, the margin is 0, which brings Silkwood back into the mix. But they would need to win by 6. If they won their game by 6, that would give them a margin of +1.
Yep.
And that would go through for the bronze medal.
It looks like 3, Gary.
3 it is? Okay, well that confirms that Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng have had 2 wins, but this loss reduces their margin to zilch. And Silkwood came into the match, they'd already won 1, so if they win this one, it'll give them the same number of points. It will be 4 points. But they came in with a margin of -5.
Mm-hmm.
So if they won this game by, and I'm not too sure, we'll try and see if we can sort that for you, but they would need to win by 6, would give them a margin of +1, which would put them through into the bronze medal playoff.
What a wonderful morning of bowls, and very, very handy win by the Mount Gravatt, representing the Gateway District from Zone 1 of Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan. A win over Sue McCall and Rhonda Meng, 35-14. So what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, we'll sign off now. We'll let the match committee sort out the nitty-gritties, and when we come back on air, we'll give you all of the update of what we can do, because they're still playing up top and there's still a few rinks playing down here. We can't get the cameras there. We've got to go move cameras around and everything for the start of the next game, so we can't hang around.
Play in the opposite direction.
No, play in the opposite direction. So thank you very much for your attendance this morning. I hope everybody's enjoyed the telecast as much as we have bringing it to you, and we look forward to coming back on air with you roughly in about an hour's time, maybe a little before. So have a cup of coffee, get time to relax, and you've got another 3.5 hours of great bowls this afternoon. So on behalf of Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region, thank you very much.